Nah, no Yerrrrrr.
No yours.
Yerrrrr.
Now we're keeping the OG one.
I mean, it's working now. It didn't break.
Exactly.
Zoom this time.
So for those that don't know, we did a year and we broke the sound barrier, so we are not doing it again.
Just on this podcast.
Yeah. But what's up, y'all? We're back with what episode is this? 66?
Yeah,
65.
I think so.
65.
65 of last night.
Nah, 66.
That was last night.
66.
Oh,
Get
I
your
don't know
facts
anything.
right. And today, we have the 4 OGs, of course. You want to present Ariel? You do such a great job. I don't know why I took your shine just now.
No, it's fine.
The intros, man. You gotta get the intros.
Yeah, do the
Really
intros.
fine. I'm gonna bring the applause back just because you set it up great. Because everybody should already know that it's the Brown Steve Jobs mix of Steve Austin.
That was actually really good.
AKA, look upon my works, all you mighty in despair. I am Ozzy Mandy, as your host, here joined by reporting live from the Phantom Zone, diplomat of the Chillin with Villains podcast, Costoso from the Lost Borough, leader and founder of the Zach Vengers, Clown Prince, and all the way, hold on, I gotta change the applause because this is a different kind of guy. And all the way from Westchester, who happens to be the only mutant there as well, whipping the M3, best actor in a motion picture for the year 2019, working 14,605 hours a week, Magneto. And all
there
the
it
way
is.
from Gloucester, New Jersey.
Ooh.
Oh, ew.
It's not.
Change it.
Yeah,
Change it.
why were you asking me about townships in New Jersey if you're just gonna give me Gloucester, like with
Well, you're
the?
from
disgusting.
Gloucester today, bro.
All
President
right.
of Boston Celtics. I'm sorry. That's
Okay.
such a trash place. Shout out to Gloucester.
Oh no.
President of Boston Celtics, DC correspondent, king of the Gulag. You do not 1v1 him. Just want to put that out there for all the current players. And my rival in debate, Zoom, and you are chilling with villains. And we would also like to welcome friend of the show, Off Rip, because he asked about the year, the origin of the year.
Yeah, off air.
Our guy, Spdrmnkyxiii, is here.
Yes.
Who's
One
on
of
the come up.
the most popular digital artists out there right now. Would you say that about yourself, Spdrmnkyxiii, or no?
Okay, so I regret to inform you that the audio has broken again.
Oh no.
Wow, at least I introed you, so it's lit.
All right. So sorry about that. New Yorkers are experiencing some robotic difficulties. But so yes, our guest today is the one and only Spdrmnkyxiii. So Spdrmnkyxiii, would you consider yourself, the question I had asked you, would you consider yourself one of the most popular digital artists on Instagram today? Or not even on Instagram, just in general?
No.
Internet.
I'm gonna be
Why?
pretty honest.
Stop being humble.
Yeah,
Stop being
bro.
humble.
No, it's not. No, I don't like putting myself on this pedestal. Like, I am just an artist trying to do my own thing. I don't know how I got here, but I'm just glad I did.
I mean,
awesome, dude.
you have 113,000 followers. That's a pretty big deal, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Sometimes, like, I know. Sometimes it hits you really hard, and then it's so overwhelming that I'm like, okay, no. I pretend like I don't have that number, and I
Right.
don't have this weight on my shoulders.
Right.
I can post whatever I want, and I won't be canceled. I
Ah,
know it's just a scary
that's what it is.
situation.
That's what it is.
Cancel
But-
cancel.
So
we
yeah,
just
what do
had
you
an episode about that?
what do you mean by that? Like what could you possibly post that you feel like would get you canceled?
Okay, so I'm religious and I'm Muslim, and that has this whole stereotypical point of view around it.
Right.
So that, or if I make an art, for example, right now the whole Black Lives Matter thing was going on.
Mhm.
Right.
Supporter of the movement, but I am on this side of the world. So
Right.
I posted it and I got some backlash. It's like, you're not from this side from America. Your country is this. It's built up on terrorism and all of that.
That's
Wow.
bullshit.
All right.
Wow.
I would like
Yeah.
to speak.
Told him.
I would like to speak for all citizens of this nation. I don't care if I'm not the appointed one, but I speak from
It'd be better than the
New
one we have
York,
now. So
at least. I'm speaking from New York for us. I don't know
Damn,
about the rest
son.
of the country. I mean, wait, who was telling you all this before I flame him?
Just a fan,
Okay.
right? Like
It
a,
just depends. Just either
give us-
it's like a stock, like it's
Give us the
spam
username.
account or someone.
This
Give us the
movement-
username.
You
this-
blocked him. You blocked
Oh
him.
no,
movement-
it's delete block, delete block,
Right.
delete block.
there we
That's
go.
how
movement
it
is
There you
not
go.
is this movement is not exclusive, it's inclusive. So if anybody has an issue with you being in support of it,
Yeah.
you are already putting yourself out there. Thank you for that, for being an ally and being an
You're
advocate
welcome.
for justice
Yo,
and just being a decent human being. But then you have those people, like you said, that were bashing
Yeah.
you for it.
yeah,
That-
like it's like,
that-
oh, this
that
shouldn't
block and
affect you.
delete,
So who cares?
that's
Like,
real
what kind of
easy, fam.
mindset is that shit?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you're corny for that, fam. Fuck
Mad corny.
exactly.
Dude, like,
So
yeah,
now-
yeah. Go ahead.
No, okay. So I was saying, like, so realizing through that, I realized, okay, there are a bunch of eyes on me, and it's just not like dead followers that I have.
right.
So what I say has meaning, and what I'm scared of is if I post something wrong, because I have a tendency to do that.
Right.
It's like when I'm sleepy, I'm scrolling Instagram. Half of the times I don't know what I'm doing. So if I post something wrong, because if I swipe up and I'm selecting this picture and then there's a personal picture that's on the right,
Mm-hmm.
that has happened to me twice. And I was just really quick in deleting it.
Uh-huh.
So it's stuff like that that has me paranoid. So I just like to think, okay, I don't have 113K followers. I'm just this dude. No one sees my shit. And that's
Right.
how I just move on.
And it does make sense too, because like, you see celebrities, and again, yeah, we did have a podcast on this recently. Like, they get canceled for everything nowadays.
Everything.
It's
Everything.
like, oh, like Ben Affleck just had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like, wow, like
Yeah.
his girlfriend's allergic to peanut butter. He's canceled. Like, he's done. He shouldn't be eating that. So it's like,
I'm on the verge of like deleting my Facebook.
oh,
okay.
No.
Are we getting breaking news right now?
No. I'm on the verge of deleting my Facebook because again, I started Facebook when I was. I don't even know when I started Facebook.
yeah. Facebook's just
And-
played out now. Facebook's
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
there's this dark issue which I'm gonna admit. So the N-word has been used frequently because I thought, oh, singers, rappers say it.
right.
So I'm like, gonna say it. And this was when I was 10. And then I
Yeah.
grew up and I
My
saw
guy.
I saw the
It's fine.
thing.
It's okay.
Yeah. I saw the thing of, oh, this is what it means. And I have so many posts on my Facebook because I was just brain dead posting. There are statuses.
Yeah.
And one day I posted like 20 things. I don't know. I just think I
Were
need
they
to
song
delete.
lyrics?
Song lyrics or just general? Because I am a person who didn't learn English through like school.
Mhm.
I
Right.
learned it through I viewed, listened,
Yeah.
Yeah.
my
So
entertainment.
watching the
Yeah,
culture
it
over
makes
here,
it
that's
makes
how
it
you
makes
grow up
sense though,
into-
dude. It's not like
Yeah.
you were doing it to be offensive. So
It's
so
not.
here's the thing about that word, right? Like the N word. It's
Yeah.
especially here in New York, like
Yeah.
a lot of Latinos use it, and
Ah.
even a lot of white people. But
Mhm.
it's like we don't use it in a derogatory way, but it is
Yeah.
a derogatory
At least-
word.
Exactly.
At least from
exactly.
Latinos. At least from Latinos.
Right,
perspective,
right.
because I know
But-
myself.
Right,
Yeah.
but I'll admit too, I've used it several amounts of time, but
Yeah.
I'm learning to stop, just because
Yeah.
Yeah.
although like I grew up a lot like around black friends, I grew up in a
Yeah.
black community, so when I would say it, nobody would call me out on it because it was just the lingo, it was just the
Exactly.
way to speak. But like especially now, like growing up, and then I'm just like, you know what, nobody should be using this word,
Yeah.
because the meaning behind it is just very, very like what's the word I'm looking for? No, not even important. It's just it's derogatory term in a way.
Yeah.
So it's like I've been like I've been good with it now. Like I had just
Yeah.
not saying it because I don't know who I can or will offend. you know, and that's the last thing I want to do.
Yeah.
So, but you definitely, you know, if you want to delete your Facebook, delete Facebook because his Facebook is just doo-doo now.
Oh,
But
Facebook is.
Make a Vero. Make a Vero. Make a Vero.
I did make a Vero.
Oh.
It died down real quick. It died down so fast.
yeah, you just gotta get used to it. Like I've gotten used to it, and like I've been enjoying it. But no, yeah, dude. Like I would say, you know, you were 10, you were listening to rap. You know, you're not from here, so it's just like it's understandable. But I see where you're coming from, especially, you know, you're constantly growing, you're constantly getting more popular. So it's like you don't know who's gonna be the little stalker and be like, oh, Spider Monkey, look, use the N-word.
Yeah, so definitely delete that.
You
I'm gonna fresh wipe my Facebook. I don't have a Facebook. It's Twitter, Instagram. That's it, because I'm new to those. They're clean.
Right.
As far as I know, they're clean.
But
that's what I'm talking about.
in terms of the other word that you wanted to learn more about, Yerrrrrr. So yeah, Yerrrrrr is as simple as a hello, as a what's up, as a yo. But it's just
it's a great way of greeting each other.
Yeah.
It's a way of greeting each other, and also it's especially in the Bronx, at least from what I've experienced here, growing up here and stuff. Yeah, it became recently a thing.
Oh, okay.
It became.
What do you mean? Yeah.
It hasn't been out for
what's
that long.
recent?
Yeah. I think it just became more known to other people.
That's what I'm saying. It became recently a thing to the internet.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been hearing that forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's always been this sort of like this call out for. Is anybody else out there from here?
Yeah, no Yerrrrrr shall ever go unyerrrrd.
Exactly.
That's what I was watching, either Eunice's story or his friend Andre. Either one of those. I saw their story and they were just going like, you're, and I'm like, what is this? What is this?
But Eunice probably sounds ridiculous doing it, right?
Yeah, Eunice, don't listen to that guy.
That's our sixth man. That's our sixth man.
No. He was supposed to make it in the pod tonight, but he was but graduating from high school.
He's too busy. Oh, look at
wow. He graduated. Wow. Dope ass pictures too. Wow.
Look at me. I'm having a photo shoot with my graduation.
With my cute ass family.
First of all, like so fucking tone deaf. I mean, it's coronavirus. You're not supposed to be outside.
Yeah, what the hell, bro?
Really tone deaf.
So he's not even wearing a mask.
I know.
Wow,
no mask.
That's so true. Wow.
He's not even
actually
trying.
why I didn't go to make the commencement speech, because I knew nobody that was wearing a mask.
Yo, real world of no mask. Shake my head. Yo, shout out to our guy Eunice though. Congratulations to him on the real. Congratulations to the class of 2020. We're so sorry. It sucks, but on the bright on the bright side though, you don't have to sit through a 2 to 3 hour of misery.
Graduation ain't all that, bro.
It's not.
As soon as I got my diploma, I left.
So did I. So did I. When I got my undergrad, I was like, see ya.
Me and all the guys who just like left.
But shout out to y'all. But we do appreciate you, Eunice, but you are no longer a special guest. You are the sixth man on this podcast. But
who didn't show up?
Who didn't show up? Right?
Yeah.
Think about people who are not reliable. Eunice is up there. Shake my hand.
Yeah.
But
Shit,
yo, we are cooking him.
I know. I was like, we're gonna cook him. I didn't mean this much though. I'm sorry.
Shout out to our guy Eunice, fam.
Yo, but Spider Monkey, how did you come up with the name?
Yeah,
how did you come up with the way to spell it? Because whenever I hear the name Spider Monkey, right, I think of it as one of those like speakeasies from like the 30s where
really,
they open like that little thing and they're just like, what's the passcode? Yeah, it's like Spider Monkey.
Oh,
and they're like, and then they close it and then they're like, wait. How do you spell it though?
SPDR.
Wait, can I guess?
Yeah, yes.
Are you a fan of Spy Kids?
I have completely forgotten Spy Kids.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay, so the story behind the name is two things.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Spider-Man is my favorite character,
There you
superhero.
go.
Spider-Man. All right. My dad used to call me a monkey because I was spastic and I would just run around and do stupid shit. So, and then I'm watching Ben 10 and I see, oh, Spider-Monkey, the alien.
Oh.
Put two and two together, and that's the name.
Okay.
The 23 comes in because I went on DeviantArt to start my page, and 1 to 22 were taken. So I just went to 23.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Michael
why
Jordan.
Roman
I'd be like,
You
wow.
heard it here first. You heard it here first.
So
Because
that's
Roman
it.
numerals are fire.
Yeah, but you did 1 through 22 in Roman numerals, and it was taken.
No, it was before. It was normal.
Oh.
Spider, monkey, 23. As in the word spider, the word monkey,
Gotcha.
and 23
And MJ 23.
and 20. And then later, this was fresh into my Instagram page. Like I was experiencing different things.
Mhm.
And this was around the time where pages started getting deleted. Eunice was one of them. Page got deleted.
Damn.
Yeah, and everyone was getting deleted for some reason.
Yeah,
Copyright this, copyright that.
A lot of
Got me
shit was happening
paranoid.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got super paranoid, and one of the person that I was talking to, they were like, "Hey, I don't know. Again, don't know the copyright rules at that point." And he said, "You can get taken away. Your page can be taken away
Mhm.
for the name." So my smart ass decided, "Hey, if I remove the vowels and change the number to numeral, like Roman numerals,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Like, ha.
I'm
They can't touch
good."
me now.
Yeah,
They
so
can't
I
touch
just
me
did that.
now.
They can't
Yeah.
find me now.
Yeah, SPDRMNKY XXII. People will be like, they'll see the name and they'll like, I'm not reading it. Like it's too big, it's too complicated. People don't read my name, and I was like, okay, that's gonna keep me safe.
Right.
And
At the time, how many followers did you have at the time? Like when you thought your page was gonna get deleted. Do you remember?
I wanna say I was between 20 to 50K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
I'm
was
not
a while
sure.
ago.
I think I
Yeah.
posted about it, but I'll have to go down and check. But I think it was
Right.
between 20 to 50.
So yeah, so during the intros, right, when
Yeah.
Ariel was introducing Brian, so
Yeah.
Brian actually had a small cameo in Spider-Man Far From Home. So
That was
in
a
the
big ass cameo.
it was a big
Big
ass
ass
cameo.
cameo.
Yeah. He was
So-
he was Jake Gyllenhaal's stunt double.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
No.
I see
So-
the resemblance.
So yo, doesn't he look like Keanu Reeves a little bit?
He does. He does.
Bon
So-
Wick.
Bon Wick. We call him Bon Wick. But so at in one of the post-credit scenes, right? The one
Yeah.
where he lands with MJ.
Yeah.
The second that they land, you see him in a construction vest, like walking by,
Oh.
like
And I
just
turn around like,
kind of looking, yeah. So
Oh, is that Spider-Man?
Yeah,
so the
Academy.
funny story about that, the funny story behind that is, so they, he
Oh
was
my
working
God.
that day, and they told him like, yo, do you just want to be like in here, we'll pay you for the day. And so you
Hey,
remember
hold
those,
on. Can I tell the story?
of course it's your story.
Thanks.
Thanks,
So,
man.
we heard about it. I think I told you guys like maybe a week before. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
I got an
Yeah.
email saying they're filming Spider-Man Homecoming, and like we were prepping the street. So we put up our, MPT, which is our like protection from traffic for pedestrians.
Mm-hmm.
So we put it up. They rented the crane for the jump to shoot him up and down. They rented a crane. They had our operator work the crane. And I just straight up like my coworker, who's no longer with the company,
R.I.P.
She's not dead.
she's not dead.
I know.
Okay.
R.I.P. to her
She,
time at the company.
I mean, it's 2020. We just gotta be specific.
My fault.
Yeah, shout out Marietta. So she hit me up. She's like, "Yo, Zendaya's here," and I just saw Tom Holland. And so, backstory: I didn't know who was gonna come, so I had no idea. And she was like, "I just saw Zendaya and Tom Holland." I was like, "What?" So I went all the way from
Huh?
all the way from the track level, went all the way up, came out, met up with her, and she was like, the guy asked me if I could be an extra. I was like, oh, that's cool. In my head, I was like, fuck.
Let me be an extra.
I was like, what about me? And then the guy, like, we were just there chilling behind the barricades. And then the guy came up to her. I was like, all right, you ready? You want to come? She's like, yeah. And then the guy looked at me. He was like, you too, come. I was like,
Oh,
nice.
Oh,
was
that
like,
was
Cool.
the stardom.
So then, yeah. So they were doing like practices with a stunt double. It's not really a stunt double. It was a guy testing the equipment that Tom Holland was going to use. So if anyone gets hurt, it's him first, I guess. So
Expendable.
Crazy, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Expendable.
right.
Like,
Stay
oh,
safe.
next. That one didn't work.
So I was confused. I was like, "Where's Tom? Where's Bay? Zendaya? Couldn't find him." So
Chill, your
Yo,
girls,
chill.
your girls in the crib, bro.
she's
Chill.
literally right there. Nah, she know the deal. So.
Yeah, you see her come up in frame, just start smacking the shit out of him.
This shit coming right in right now. She about to smack the shit.
She's just going to you like this right now.
I'm in production, all right?
I'm in
It's just a character. It's just a character.
It's like, gosh, babe. Ugh.
All right,
I'm
sorry. Go
method
ahead.
acting.
Method acting.
So I was like, the guy was telling us, God damn, dude.
She's like, nah, I'm not done with you. Like,
I'm keeping all
You
this
thought-
in.
she's like, you thought this shit was funny? Like, I'm dumb tight
It
right
ain't
now.
sweet out here, bro.
Yeah, shit ain't sweet, cuz. You getting the director's cut of this. Also, love the Bronx for having fireworks. Nowhere near.
Ah,
But
nice.
I
it
thought I
is-
heard something.
But it is
Are you
Juneteenth, so
Are you sure it's
Turn
not
that shit up,
gunshots?
cuz.
Are you sure it's not gunshots?
it don't matter. Turn that shit up, cuz.
They just start lighting the whole air, like, ah.
All right. So go
All
ahead.
right. So, and then eventually, Tom Holland shows up. I didn't know it was him because he had a robe. He was wearing this big robe. I was like, why? I guess he's hiding his suit. He came from down the block. So I don't know where he came from. And I saw Zendaya. And then he takes off his robe. And he's in that black and red suit, which is the first time anyone has ever seen it. I whipped out my phone immediately when they specifically said to not take pictures.
It's like,
And then I
Don't
took
take pictures, all right?
I gotta give this to J. Jonah Jameson.
I fucking Snapchat, took a picture with Snapchat, made sure I saved it, and then sent it to the group with
We were
the
going
guys.
Crazy.
And I was like, "Yo, look, it's black. His suit is black. It's not blue. What's going on? He has a white spider symbol on his
spider.
back." Yeah. I was like, "What the fuck?" And Marietta the whole time was looking at me like, "I don't get it. Why is it so special?" I was like, "You don't.
It's like,
You want to
stop-
understand?"
Shut up.
talking
Just
to me.
shut up. You're not gonna work here that much longer anyway.
Stop-
Fine.
Yeah, that's
Oh
what-
no,
she didn't make. She
that's
didn't,
terrible.
she didn't make the cut. But
Oh,
wait, what did Mark say?
You say you're not gonna be
Uh,
working at this job for much longer anyway.
Oh, nah. Well, she left. But I was gonna say she got cut off from the movie anyway. She was right next to me, but they cut her.
Man, her scene got cut. She's
Yeah, her
sick.
scene got cut. So thankfully I made it. I was on the inside of the screen. So yeah, I sent it to the guys, and then it clicked. I was like, wait, post this shit. And I was like, but make sure you put like a water. what's it
Water.
called?
put our name.
Yo, I put like that shit covered like the whole picture. I was like, I'll make sure they know it's us.
Bro, and
But-
we blew up. I checked
So
the page though, like in one day or less than 24 hours, we got like 1,200 followers at the ass.
I think after a weekend we had like
It was
3,000.
wild.
We went up by like 3,000 followers or 4,000
It
followers.
was
But
crazy. And our
the
name was
reason
on. Yeah, go.
the reason I brought it up in the first place was just because
Copyright.
this was the no. This was the first time like we had an interaction with Spdrmnkyxiii because he had posted that picture on his story.
Oh wait, I
And-
did.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
because I went like when we started
We'll find
DMing,
the video.
I went through like our DMs, and then I saw October 12th, 2018, and I was like, wait, when did we
Oh, yeah.
post it? So then I went and I saw that we posted it October 12th, 2018, because I had put like these to him because he posted it but gave us credit, unlike some people. But
Yep.
I see it. I see it.
2018.
yeah, dude.
Okay, hold on.
Dude,
My God.
I know. I only remember one account that didn't give us credit.
Yeah, that's the one I was throwing shade at. But so that's why I find it mad funny, because I was like, wow, like that was the first interaction like that we had with Spider Monkey, because he saw it, he posted it on his story, and then he like tagged us. I was like, oh, dope. And at the time, because at the time we weren't oh yeah, there it
Right.
is.
That's him
Yes,
taking
yep.
a robot.
So at the time, I think we had just gotten a 10K. It was like yeah. So like we were like, I mean, we're still like a bunch of, now we not nobodies, we known, but like we not like your status. But so I was like, oh shit, like
there ain't no status with me, man. No, I am unknown.
So, like-
That's right. He wants to be unknown.
oh my
Yeah.
fault, no
All right, all
cloud, no cancellations
All right,
for
all
Spider
right.
Monkey.
All right, let's just
All
trade accounts
But-
now.
Straight accounts. But so that I remember I was like, I had sent in the chat, I was like, yo,
Shout out Marietta. There's Spidey in the back.
hey, there we go. So that was the first time I sent in the chat. I was like, oh shit, like Spider Monkey posted us like on his story, because like you would that's what I'm saying. Like we've known you for a while, like we've seen your artwork for like quite some time. So that's why I was like, oh, this shit is dope. Like he posted that shit. But
I feel bad because I knew about you guys. I found out about you guys. Like I've seen the name, and I've seen your page a lot, but properly, like I think it was the podcast with Nice Cast. That's when I found out about you properly, because Eunice talked about you guys, and that's when.
He was
Damn,
talking shit. He was
Yeah.
talking shit. He probably,
Nah,
I was on podcast with these
you
dumbasses
just-
who wanted me to make up with this dumbass cut on, bro.
Shout out
So
to
yeah,
them, yo.
so that's when I found out. I'm sorry I followed you guys late. Again, my Instagram game is like. Bad.
No, it's all right, man. Don't.
I think you're chilling, bro.
Nah, you know what?
Yeah,
It's actually like not okay. Like I take like real offense to that, but you know what? I'm gonna let it slide for now.
Oh, thank you for not
But-
canceling me.
We
completely
almost
joking,
canceled
dude.
it. We almost
Yeah.
We
canceled
almost canceled you. We almost went through your Facebook and found you.
Oh.
And it was like, we're gonna
Wait,
expose
hold on,
him.
where's
now.
my phone? Let me do
He's about to delete Facebook like immediately. He's like, yo, I'm done with this.
everything white.
But nah, dude. So like especially like to me, I was like, so would you say like, especially a guy like Boss Logic is
Yeah.
probably the most popular
Oh.
like digital artist,
Oh, 100.
right? So we talk about this shit.
Logic.
We talk about this shit all the time because you know Eunice always sends your artwork to our group chat, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and yo, some of your Justice League pieces, I'm just like, yo, like how like
Fire.
so explain to me
Thank you.
how are we gonna get into contact with DC to be like, yo, make this dude your official like movie poster guy.
Yeah,
Like, how
'cause
do we go
Mark,
about
come
that?
on.
I don't know.
they don't
I
believe
know.
me, man.
Correspondent,
Yeah,
man.
see, my thing is, if I want to, work with DC or Marvel, there's only one way. I get down on my knees and I pray. Please let this happen one day, because there ain't no way. There's no other way. I have zero contacts, nothing. It's just my prayer. Please, one day.
Well,
Your
let's hope it
content.
gets answered, man, because you're really talented, and I appreciate
Thank
that
you.
you are also
Yeah.
another. You're another brown guy out here.
Oh, yeah.
Put it in work.
Yeah,
Facts.
dude. And like, so how did you get into to create? Did you start like first drawing out? Like, are you like a physical artist at first, and then you started moving digitally?
Yeah, so the first memory I think I have of like physically drawing, again, it all started comic book related. When I was in school, I saw Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, the first one,
The goat.
and I saw the montage of him like concept arting his suit, the logos, and everything.
That's right.
And then in school, I would be sitting and doing the same thing, making Spider-Man over and over again, his face. And it started off bad, and then every day I would make it, and it got refined, and finally I got the idea of how to draw. And then fast forward, I would draw here and there, but never as like a passion. It was just like, hey, for fun. And I got my first laptop, which was like a small netbook. It was an HP Compact. And again, you get a new laptop. You're like, oh, let me set this wallpaper. Let me put this theme, and everything.
Right.
So I downloaded a Doctor Who wallpaper. It was for the 50th anniversary. So it had two different Doctors together, and then one third Doctor. I just wanted to replace the Doctor with his time machine, which is the TARDIS. And that's how I found out, like, oh, I can use Photoshop and stuff like that to manipulate, edit pictures.
Gotcha.
And that's where I started diving down. I put myself on Scarface, on Assassin's Creed, like Ezio and Altair. Did all of that shit. It's on my Facebook, which is why I want to delete it.
So that's what he's really worried about.
Yeah,
People seeing his first works. He's like, that can't get released.
Dude, there are some pictures where I straight rip off Boss Logic, and now I'm talking to him, and I was like, hey, see this picture from 2015? I completely ripped it off. And then he was like laughing about it, and now I'm like, okay, I need to delete this shit, because there's so much stealing. There's so much, wrong word using, such bad editing. It's just a history of like something that
madness,
like,
right?
it's anxiety and stress. Facebook is anxiety and stress.
So like right now, every single piece, like let's say that you've done in the recent months, like is that something you're like, okay, like that's my work, like this is what I'm happy, like to be doing, like because this last Dark Side, no, not even that piece, this piece right here that I'm looking at, the Zack Snyder,
that shit looks like an official
like
poster.
like Ariel, hey
Mail.
Damn, he about to get his ass whooped too. But nah, dude, yeah, we saw that. Ariel literally goes, oh, I thought that was an official like poster. We're like,
oh really?
Yeah.
You had me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
You had me in the first half.
No,
but
I don't see. Like, I don't know how. I don't know how to phrase this. I never think of my art as good. It's more the reception that makes me think, okay, this one was a good post. Okay, this one didn't work well. Because everything I make, I don't know if this is like a quality personality, because this has been happening since childhood. I hate everything that I do with a passion. So when I make something, I'm like, this could be better. I can work on this. I can work on that. But then I post it and I ask like Eunice and all the other guys in the chat or whatever.
Okay,
and they give me feedback, so I make an idea of what and how this is.
Okay.
And they always shit on you, right? That's what Eunice.
That's what Eunice told us.
Oh, dude. Oh, dude.
They're like, oh, this guy has self-esteem issues of his artwork. Let's lower his self-esteem by shitting on it.
All right. So you know how when you play like video games or something, and then you like rage quit, you're playing Call of Duty, you're dying.
Yeah.
You're playing CS:GO, you're dying, and then you're like, okay, I need to take a break from this. Sometimes that chat is like, okay, I need to take a break from this, because it's so harsh. Sometimes, like I will just send a piece. Like it's a work in progress. I have this base, I have this head, and I'm like, okay, so we have the short form of opinions that we say. We call it onions. It's like send a picture and be like onions ? Which means give me opinions.
Got you. Onions. I fuck with
that. That's dope.
Opinions can be layered. Opinions can be layered.
Yeah. So,
like a Zack Snyder movie.
And if they're coming from Eunice, they could also make you cry, apparently.
Yeah. So, not even Eunice, everyone, because 100%. Now I know why it's called onions, because I cry every time. I send something, I'm like, okay, sent it. They'll give me like their reception, whatever, like what I should change, what I should add. 5 minutes in, I open the chat. I hate you. Stop flexing. You're literally flexing. Shut up. Go die. I'm like, oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Like, why?
Flexing.
And I know they're kidding. Like, obviously, it's fun and jokes and banter. But
so
then,
is there ever a time where you're like, there has to be one post where you're like, yo, I killed that shit. You're like, and then you send it to them to just be like, yo, like in your head, you're like, right, you're nah. I feel like in his head, he's like, nah, I know I killed it, but they just gonna fuck around, right?
Exactly.
It's
You
like,
gotta talk that shit, bro.
yeah, you gotta be like, yo, I'm the shit. Y'all don't got A, as many followers as me. B, the digital artistic talents as I do. And C, like fuck y'all.
See, that's the slippery slope. I appreciate the chat as well because they shit on me so much that keeps me humble too.
And
It's like there's no yes men, there's no nothing. It's just like
That's true.
fuck you, you're shit, you're flexing. I'm like, okay.
But here's the thing, right? There's
Humble me down.
always, but there's always pros and cons to that. There's always pros and cons, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like at the same time you don't want to get shit, and obviously you know that they're kidding.
Yeah,
but,
obviously.
and at the same time, it's like you want to humble yourself. You want to be like, okay, like I did a good job on this, but I could do better next time.
Yeah,
right. But at the same time, you also have to like sometimes you got to be like, damn, like that's like I did that, and people fuck with it.
Yeah, there's only one post that I've done that with.
I was gonna ask you, what's one post where you're like, yo, like I'm the fucking man.
Yeah, I completely did not expect it to happen that way, but man, I fucking did that, and it's all around the world. It's the Thanos with the Rick Ross thing, the crown, which is
that's you,
really Biggie.
That's you.
Yeah, that's me. That's originally okay. So the crown thing is originally Biggie, and then Rick Ross made a cover where he's doing the bare hands.
Right.
Yeah. So I did that with Thanos.
That shit was fucking.
Dude, that shit. I slept and I woke up. That shit, like that post didn't get as much likes as I thought. Like my most like post had like 175,000. That one was at 12, which was like it was good.
That's it.
Yeah, 12,000. It's
about to go to it right now.
Yeah, and
it's
then
this one, right?
it's that one. It's that
so
one.
Fucking fire.
Yeah.
Yo, I see that everywhere.
Mark, send that.
It's everywhere.
Yeah,
Dude,
I got you right now.
Like I woke up, it's reposted. It's on Zedge, on free wallpaper sites, here, there. People are selling like merch about it. They're printed on shirts, posters. I'm watching this YouTuber that I sometimes watch. He's an Indian YouTuber. And down the line,
What's his name? Let's shout him out.
I don't know. I don't even know because I stopped watching it after what I saw.
He posted his shit.
No, because I was watching his intro. And he's doing this intro bit where he's getting up, and by his bed there's a huge ass frame of that picture printed. I'm like, God damn it! It's everywhere, and I'm getting, like, I did get recognition, but the amount of people that made money off it, I was like, it made me sad.
That's insane. How are they gonna sell merch and like no one's gonna be like, oh, like let's give the guy who actually made the item like.
That's the one post where I embedded my. That's why I embedded. I think I knew this before, but I embedded my logo everywhere. It's on his pinky ring. Yep. It's on the crown. It's on the background.
Yep.
I just put my logo there, so even if someone sees it, I can claim it. Yeah, I can claim it. Like, yes, I put this there.
This is savage.
Oh, dude.
He actually described what the writers thought about doing.
Yeah,
so
when I
that
saw
picture,
that,
you portrayed that. That's great.
Yeah, when I saw that and I posted that, I was 100% ready. Like, this post is gonna be age restricted because of the blood and all of that. Surprisingly, it didn't happen.
Right.
Because some people who posted the description about it, they got age restricted. That post got restricted. I'm like, they just wrote the description. It's like, this post has like graphic information and content in it.
Right. Dude, do you ever have days where you're just like you have kind of like a lack of ideas on what to post? Are there days where you're just like, ugh, all the time?
I'm going through that right now.
Right now? But it's like I understand right now, especially because like there's barely like any real news coming on, and you know. But I feel like especially with San Diego Comic-Con, you know, and DC Fandom coming up. I know you're like itching. You're like, oh my God, please! I need to start creating. So like, where do you kind of get your inspirations from? Sometimes like you'll see a trailer and you'll just be like, I fuck with that. Like I'm gonna use that, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's everything. What show I watch, what movie I watch. Sometimes I go back and watch like old trailers, like some movie that's come out. It's been years. Man of Steel, Iron Man. I'll watch all of that. And then they'll give me like that inspiration because whenever I see something like that, I get a new idea how to make it.
Right.
Sometimes I'll see something old from Marvel, and I'll know how to like transition it into a DC art post. So it's like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. You said Man of Steel, so I have to ask.
Yeah. Oh.
He was like,
Man of Steel
huh?
and BVS. What do you think?
Man of Steel is so fucking underrated. It's so good. I love Man of Steel.
Facts.
Yeah. BVS, for me, as an average fan, I like it. But what overpowers it is the potential that got lost and the controversy that it did. Because keep this in mind, it's Batman and Superman. They should be doing endgame numbers. They're the most iconic superheroes, and then it got buried in like politics and this and that. I don't know what happened with that movie. I loved it when I watched it. I watched it in the theater. I watched it twice. I loved that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, like even like the Martha scene. Yes, it's a meme, but I get it. It's a meme, but I love it.
It makes sense. It's like I get it.
Yeah,
and so you're saying from a financial standpoint.
Yeah, from a financial standpoint,
it missed out on that.
Spdrmnkyxiii, it's been a pleasure having you.
Yeah, thanks so much. We won't have you back on. But,
no, we're kidding.
No, we're 100% kidding. Same thing, dude. We all here like absolutely love Zach's vision. We're glad to see. And especially you, like you make the artwork and it's not like you're making the artwork just to make it. Like you clearly have a sense of passion for the film as well.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, dude, like I completely understand where you're coming from. And I think if movies didn't exist, like, I'm sorry, if critics didn't exist for like movies, I think, people would see movies differently, because I have a feeling there's so many people that watch BVS and deep down they're like, yo, this shit is phenomenal. But
happened to me today.
They got swayed with the public opinion.
Right. Happened to me today. And guess what's happening now? They're getting swayed to like it because they're seeing how much love it's getting.
The hype that Zack Snyder's Justice League is getting
today.
Yeah. That's where all the
someone who told me.
Yeah.
Someone who told me that they didn't like it. They literally said it was ass. Today, like it's like they forgot they said it. It's like, yo, that movie was good. I'm like,
you just look at him like, BP. Where was that energy before?
Motherfucker, I know.
It's the same thing with Justice League. Like the same thing happened for me with Justice League. Watched it, loved it.
Same.
But then when I came out, and then it's that critics, people you talk to. Then the background story, this got cut, that got cut, and all of that baggage just like, it makes you sad because, I don't care if the movie is a good this or that. I just want like a good ass time.
Yeah.
And that's
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want like these movies are an escape. I don't want like this outworn politics in it where they cut this. Companies are coming in, chopping the movie out for their agenda,
100%.
whatever.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm here to see superheroes kick ass. That's it.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of that teaser that we got for Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Oh, dude, hype. That was.
You got any ideas for any artwork from that teaser?
I am trying to work on it right now. I'm trying to like make something because again, I heard that, like there was a rumor where towards the end of the movie when they defeat Steppenwolf. He gets thrown like through the boom tube. They can kind of see like dark side.
Right.
He was like Steppenwolf was taken and like.
Yeah. I knew it.
I was waiting for him to say this. So he doesn't watch trailers or anything. So no, keep going.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, he can take his headphones off.
He can take his headphones off. He's all right. He's not even on camera right now, so it's fine.
Yeah. It was just like I saw this post where I don't know if the rumor is true. Like, I have no idea if it's true or not.
That's the thing I love. We don't know what we're going to expect. And that's the satisfying feeling. It's like anything can happen at this point.
Yeah. Like,
Zach
again,
won't ruin
it. Yeah,
I was an avid person who was like, the Snyder Cut does not, like, I'm sorry if I'm going to hurt someone, but I was like, Snyder Cut does not.
Thanks for coming on.
Actually, leave.
Yeah, I was like, again, this is the thing with me. Like, I was against it, but I would be happy if I was proven wrong.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't mind if I got proven wrong.
Like
Because, see,
Ariel.
Yeah, exactly like
like-
Ariel. Ariel's the same way.
The reason I'm happy more right now for like the Snyder Cut, first again, as an artist, it's an artistic vision. An artist should be allowed to do whatever they want. If it's a different take,
Yeah.
they need to specify it. Yes, this is a different take on superheroes. It's not like your traditional Superman. It's gonna be
Right.
very different. It's my take. Got it. But the reason I'm happy right now for the Snyder Cut is it's putting Henry Cavill back into the circle of him playing Superman again.
Yeah.
Because Man of Steel is the shit. Every
Dude,
time
what
it
a
comes
Dude,
out,
what a perfect casting.
They have to announce a Man of Steel 2 at
they
DC.
have to. I'm waiting. Like
I think they're gonna do it.
I know DC movies. People love the DC movies. Take back Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Shazam. I want a Man of Steel 2 first because I love the first one so much. Like take it all back. Give me a Man of Steel 2. Perfect casting.
Dude,
what are
I
your
made
thoughts
a-
on Shazam? Please. And
Shazam is so good. It's so good. It's
I
a fun
like it.
movie. It's a fun movie. The reason I liked it because after like Aquaman's happening, Wonder Woman's happening, it's everything's like, oh, the world's ending. This is ending. Shazam is in its little corner. It's a very family-esque movie. It's happy. That's why I liked it. It was a different tone. This was the tone that they were trying to get for Justice League, I think, but it got like meshed up. The tone was great, start to finish. They knew what they were doing
because it fit
Fun
his
kid.
character.
Yeah, it fit his character. And on top of that, the end credits with Superman.
So
Yo, were you about to have a heart attack if the camera
Oh,
panned
dude,
up? It was Henry.
Dude, I was like the camera's gonna pan up now, and it cut to black. I was like, all right, that was good.
so you.
But
you
where is
said-
Henry Cavill? I want Man of Steel 2.
who made that art piece where he had a long ass neck?
Oh no, the director himself did that. David Sandberg.
yeah,
he
David
he
Sandberg.
did that himself. I thought, and I afterwards I actually went on HBO Max. I was like, there's no way they just like changed that like that. They didn't. It was just his own editing, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude,
But-
David Sandberg, Pony Smasher is. His social media game is like the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
He's
it
got
really
great.
is.
Yeah.
He's got some like the self-awareness on him.
Yeah.
So good.
Absolutely.
But dude, so you said Spider-Man is your favorite character, right? That still holds true today.
Yep.
So what? Give me at least your top 5 if you can.
Top
Of
5
favorite superheroes, yeah.
Top 5 favorite superheroes. All right.
DC and Marvel, like could be any-
Whatever. Yeah.
Image Comics, like.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
Spider-Man #1 because
Uh-huh.
that's like the first superhero I remember watching. All right. Second is Superman because I like the message that he like stands for. It's like hope. Third is Batman because Batman and Superman go together. I can't. They have to be. Then Hulk because he's just, Hulk is like badass. It's like this one side there's nothing. It's just
Not from the
a wall.
MCU. Not from the MCU though, right?
Do you like MCU Hulk?
Yeah. Okay.
Edward Norton's is here, Mark Ruffalo.
Yes! Yes,
Dude.
Spider Monkey.
Dude, Edward Norton's Hulk, the look, the feel, the anger, they had it. They did it
Perfect.
They had it
Perfect.
down.
so good. His hair. My favorite thing was Hulk has had the most ugly ass trim in everything, and they finally got that shit right. And then they took it away. They took everything away.
Yo, he entered the barbershop like, yo, let me get a fade right here.
Yeah.
Leave some on the top.
Leave
like,
some on the top. Like I like how they changed him in Ragnarok. That was like the first time they made him more like I don't know, like before it was a weird face, and then towards Ragnarok they kind of refined it and made it better. But nothing compares to the.
But he also
like,
got smaller over time. Like I don't get that.
Yeah, but, I mean it has to like fit the Avengers thing. Kind of get it.
He was
but
cutting, bro.
I would have preferred.
it wasn't bulking season, bro.
It wasn't bulking.
Physically got shorter. I don't. Why would they?
I don't know.
The
They did
Incredible
nerf him
Hulk
afterwards.
makes me sad.
Nerf
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely nerfed him. Because after Incredible Hulk and how badass he was, and then especially the worst part of Endgame for me was, like, I understand this arc they were going for with Hulk,
Mhm.
but towards the end, I wanted to see like the barbaric Hulk.
Thank you.
Yeah, like the war thing. There's no talking. There's no other. Though it fits in nice. Towards the end, I want to see that unhinged Hulk because this is it. This is where
Right.
it's
This
at.
is the
You
end
need-
game.
Big,
Like,
This is the
big
end
or
game.
go home.
Yeah,
Like,
go.
this is it.
You're bringing all these heroes in, and you cannot bring in chest out, shorts torn, red eye Hulk, like red and green eye, basically.
Thor
The
Thor
angry
went
Hulk.
big though.
Yeah, like and
Who?
Thor went big though. He went
Thor
chest
went.
out.
He
Thor
was.
went-
He
chest
was.
out,
Thor went
gut
big
out.
belly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Went
oh
big
yeah.
belly.
And that that pan shot of the Avengers when it's like Avengers assemble that moment.
Yeah.
I go through it. It's Spider-Man, and then it's like Star-Lord and all this. I get hyped, and then when it comes to Captain America, you see Hulk in the back, and he's so short. I'm like,
I know.
not
He's supposed.
short.
He's a.
what?
He's like
Oh, here
9
we
feet
go.
tall.
Oh
Yeah, it's
God.
Like
If
Hulk
you
is
did- if you
supposed to
didn't-
be this
God.
imposing thing, and he's there, and they made him like he's smiling.
He's not 9
I'm
feet
sorry.
tall.
Like,
What the
Hulk is-
fuck?
If
Not
you don't
in
know, if
Endgame.
you don't know,
I'm
Ariel's
sure you all
our
love
MCU
your parents
fanboy.
anyway. It's all right.
This is an MCU
So,
fanboy,
yeah,
so
he-
he's
His last name is Feige. He loves
Yeah.
the MCU. Loves it.
Oh no,
But I get hated for it. But it's lit, guys. It's
No,
lit.
no. You should. I mean, there are fanboys on every side. Like, there shouldn't be. Like,
No, of course. Of
Wait,
course.
can we
Hated.
define the term fanboy?
Ariel.
Let's define it.
Because no,
look in the
no.
mirror. Look in the mirror.
Shut up, Mark. Wait, hold on. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh,
hi, Mark.
So I would say a fanboy is someone who defends that particular brand no matter what.
Uh-huh.
No matter what the circumstances are, they're gonna defend it.
But based
And if it sucks, they'll defend exactly like you said, no matter what. It doesn't matter.
But it is based on specific. Is it circumstantial? So let's say, for example, if a DC fanboy would be considered somebody who thinks that Justice League, the fan-made film, is great.
He's wrong.
So here's the thing. There is especially now, like there's like Snyder, like the Snyder fandom,
Yeah.
which is separate from like the DCEU fandom,
Uh-huh.
which is separate from like the DC fandom. Like there's just too
Yeah.
much going on around there.
There's an entire hierarchy.
It's
yeah,
layers.
there's layers to like that fandom.
There's layers to this shit.
Right. I just take it movie by movie. Like
Yeah.
it's like, again, because for me, loved Man of Steel, loved BVS, loved Wonder Woman, did not particularly like Shazam. Aquaman was solid. I enjoyed Birds of Prey. Nothing crazy, nothing spectacular, but it was it's fine.
Yeah, it is. what it is with the, like,
Suicide
these
Squad
movies.
sucked, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But hashtag release the air cut. What do you feel about
Dude,
that? Hashtag release the air cut. Are you with the movement?
Okay, I am. Okay, it's
He
very,
hasn't
very
learned. He
divisive.
hasn't learned from his
He's like,
mistakes.
it's great. It's awesome. I guess.
No, okay. So I love what Suicide Squad. It's like a guilty pleasure. I know, like people don't like it. I like it. The
It's
soundtrack
fun.
is great. The cast is great. Everything. Yes, you look at the background, and this was supposed to be the story. This got cut. This got taken out. Obviously, like I wanted more Joker, but I like the overall aesthetic of the movie. It was the most different DC movie we had gotten. It was like self-aware to some extent, good music and everything. Now, the air cut. Though I support every
Creative
artist,
movement,
director's
right?
vision,
Right.
I don't know. Again, we'll find out as it goes on.
Right.
If that door is open, then what's gonna happen? Oh, release the Josh Trank cut, Mark Webb cut for the Amazing Spider-Man, and Sam Raimi's remake, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4
Let's
or
go.
3.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that's the floodgates. So I don't know how it should be tackled.
So you're just like, release the Snyder cut and that's it.
Yeah, release the Snyder
Yeah.
cut. But if people want you want to go documentary with this, or you want to go like a real movie.
That actually might be better for certain films. That
Yeah,
actually
because
might be better.
again, like when you think about it, DC is trying to make it this entire universe thing right now. They're doing this new Wonder Woman 2, Aquaman's been done, Aquaman 2 is coming out, and then Shazam's done. Shazam 2 is coming out. They're after Justice League. They're revamping stuff and keeping it the
Right.
same. Now with the Snyder Cut thing, though it's great and I want to see it, Now what happens is there are two different kind of visions that they were. There's the old like Zack Snyder vision, then there's the new DC vision. Which one is it gonna pander to? How they're gonna mix this?
So
And that makes me sad because I just want good DC movies again, man. I want
That's
more
what we
DC.
always- we
There's
always
so
say
much
that.
Marvel.
That's all we
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Like,
I just
there's
want
so
good
much
movies,
Marvel. I
period.
need some DC now. There's a
Yeah.
DC drop that's happening. Yes, the animated movies are there. Yes, I can play Arkham Knight over and over again, but I need new DC content.
Well. Here's the thing, bro. Like, with this DC fandom, do you think? So, first of all, do you think the Snyder Cut will be canon?
It honestly, because it's on a streaming service and all of that, and then there's more contracts with like, this is more contractual than like a normal movie. This is like HBO's and this, all of that. It may be canon depending on the reception of how,
Right.
how it's
Yep.
received. If it's better than Justice League, if this Snyder Cut makes everyone forget Justice League 2017 and the mustache thing was not a thing and people
What
forget
movie
it.
is that?
It was fan made,
That was
Brian.
the
It was
fan
fan
made.
Fan made.
Josh
So
Whedon
it-
got like a donation from a fan.
So if people start forgetting that because of the
Uh-huh.
Snyder Cut, instantly canon. What I think is it's gonna be canon because they want to bury that shit.
Exactly.
But if it doesn't turn out or it's like on the same level, that's where it's like, oh, what's gonna happen now? Obviously, it's gonna be Zack Snyder's Justice League is gonna be the fan favorite over that one because maybe they'll fix the mustache, they'll bring in Darkseid, they'll bring in new stuff, so the old stuff just gets out. So it has a high chance of being canon right now because of like the fandom and how much DC's getting insane press right now. There are other movies, the Batman and all of that, are getting pressed through the Snyder Cut movement.
Right.
So this is a good thing for them.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
the
fucking
I think
great.
the 30 million that he's receiving plays a big part in
apparently,
the
if it's like-
reshoots to make it
Yep.
canon. Like
Because
I think
I think DC's realizing they need to do what Marvel did. Yes, these directors have their own vision, but there has to be an overarching story. Because when the DC directors, when they're coming out,
Uh-huh.
they're making their movies, you can see the difference. They sometimes, in some specific scenes, don't feel as interconnected as like the Marvel movies did, which was the biggest problem that I think everyone had. Like there are hints and there are mentions, but then again, you see BVS and you see Ezra Miller's Flash in it with a ponytail and like a beard, and then you jump to Suicide Squad, and towards the end, he's like Justice League Barry Allen, haircut, no beard. It's like that kind of disconnect. I've seen people complain about that.
Oh, so you think there's an issue overall with the continuity of the films,
Not like
or just
sort of
specifically
overall.
Justice League, how rushed it felt?
Justice League felt rushed, 100%.
Well, yeah, they had
Yeah.
6 months. They gave Joss
They-
Whedon
yeah.
6 months to put something together.
Yeah, they had to put it out. The original vision. Okay, so Man of Steel, I like that set up one thing. BVS was that same vision, but it was diverting to like a sort of new tone, which is like the ensemble movies.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, same thing, but then again there was a little turn to it, and then Justice League came out, and you see the connections, and then Wonder Woman comes out, Aquaman comes out, Shazam comes out. They are three separate movies. They don't feel interconnected.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you on that part, but I feel like that was the time where they didn't know what they were doing. Like they're just
Yeah.
like, okay,
They were
these movies,
pandering. They were trying
right,
to pander.
right. These movies are in production. Like let's just finish them off. And luckily for them, like it succeeded. But right
Yeah.
now, especially with this DC fandom, like this is where I
Yeah.
feel like they're finally changing.
I
feel like And we talked about this yesterday. It's like this is where they're finally like, okay,
Yeah.
like whether it gets reviewed great, whether it gets reviewed poorly, like
Yeah.
this is it. Like this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna stick with it, which I'm so happy about. And that's why I told them I feel like we're not just gonna get the Snyder cut and like that's it.
Mhm.
I feel like there's still more. I feel like they're gonna
There's-
let him complete his vision.
Yeah.
And then like they're just gonna carry on from there and do what they want with it. Because
Chillin'
That's the
Villains
thing.
Bingo, lit right now.
I know. But listen, because it's like we're still gonna have the Batman. Like people were like, oh, that's getting scraped now. It's like, no, it's not. Shut up. So it's like we can have a coexisting Batman in Robert Pattinson and a coexisting Batman in Ben Affleck. And I think, to your point, that's why I disagree with you a little bit on like how they want to do it like Marvel. I think they just like, you know what, fuck it. Like, if we want to add another Batman here, we'll fucking do it. If we want to add a Superman to our CW show, we'll fucking do it. We're like, you know what, this is the DC multiverse.
Yes.
You can have every single version of every single character you want.
Yeah, that's what I meant when I said like interconnected. So to some extent, when you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right, you can tell.
You're an Agents fan?
Yeah, I'm like, I watched that shit. Now,
watch that shit.
No, I can't.
He's like
crazy.
Fucking piece of fucking garbage.
No, I had two thoughts in it. So what I was getting to, I think it's the season 1 finale or the season 2 finale. Season 1 finale is when Sam Jackson comes in, right?
Right.
And it connects to Winter Soldier. Now that's the thing I want with DC. It's like, okay, the Arrowverse connected. They did the Crisis thing.
Right, so like Ezra's showing up, right? Like everybody's like, oh shit, like
now I'm like, this is what they need to do. Keep the same thing that Marvel kind of did. Netflix, all the Netflix shows, they talked about the Avengers in some capacity, especially Daredevil. They were like, oh, the attack in Manhattan.
It was very vague. Yeah,
it was very vague.
Yeah.
Now, what DC can do better is bring that in and do it via Crisis, how they did in Crisis. Cameos, stories, different parts. Ben Affleck's a Batman. Robert Pattinson's a Batman. Bring back fucking Christian Bale. He's a Batman too.
Where,
put them all together.
Like Christian Bale just shows up on the CW, like,
he's just
like, where's Rachel? Where's Rachel?
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Sorry, I had to do the cancel.
No, that was perfect. I like yo, Spider-Man definitely like looks himself in the mirror and he's like, where's Rachel? He's just practicing all night long.
I wouldn't like. I have done that. When the movie came out, I was like, oh hell yeah! Get my mom's eyeliner back on my eyes. Where's Rachel?
Yeah, I feel like watching The Dark Knight.
Bale find that voice.
Exactly.
You heard it.
It was you. It was you. You're the one that you posted it on your Facebook, like back when you were like 10, and he saw it. And he was like, "Yo, I gotta use this."
This kid's got heart.
I was on a first name basis with Christian back when I was 10.
He's like, "This kid's got heart."
So look, I absolutely love this topic of fanboys and all that.
Yeah.
But we gotta take a commercial break.
All right.
We back.
So
we got Magneto's little sister on air.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. Good.
Y'all are doing the year again, and I feel left out.
But you know what it means at least now.
I know what it means. I'll just go, Yerrrrrr, habibi. My shit.
That's fine.
That's
bro.
your. That's your.
One of them.
Can I hear it again?
Yalla habibi.
Yalla habibi. What does that mean?
Yalla habibi.
Yalla means let's go habibi. Is like
My love, right?
like my love or like my brother. It's just a very like
Yo,
my guy. Let's go, my guy. Kinda like that.
Allah habibi.
Yalla habibi.
Allah.
Oh, here
Yo,
he
I
is.
love
Who invited this
What's
kid?
going on?
Who invited this?
There he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
Everyone, let's welcome.
Mr. I graduated today.
2020.
Happy fan.
Let's go.
Yo, but Spider Monkey got a bone to pick with you because you mispronounced his name.
You didn't say my name. Pronounce my name.
They're not.
You're
gonna...
Arab. My name is Arab. You should know.
I know it. I fully know it.
So say it.
You're
So
not-
say it. So say it.
It's I'tisam. You're not gonna say that. You can't. There's no ayn in the English language. So that's why everybody calls you Itzam, though. No.
Yes, but you should know it's an Arabic name. There's an ayn
I
in
fully
the
know
Arabic
that.
text.
I know.
Wow.
Like,
Is that-
okay, your name isn't Yunus al-Zubidi. It's al-Zubairi.
Oh, he said
Fully knows
learn
it.
how to
fully
pronounce
knows
your
it.
last name.
Learn your own.
Know
name.
yourself, bro. Know yourself.
Yo, is your name even Eunice? Is that how you even pronounce it?
The world.
No,
may
his
never
name is Uranus. Usually there's like an in that, so it's like
Really?
No.
His name is Yerrrrrr.
Uranus. Uranus.
New York.
Uranus.
So
Yo,
we've
that is
taught him the
so
meaning of
funny.
year during this podcast.
yeah.
That's great. I'm so
So-
glad. We got to get some New York. The last time he was in New York was in like what? How long was it?
2013.
Oh, so
Wow.
it was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
I was in high school.
Bro, what? Pre-COVID? That's like like everything.
Everything.
Pre-Ebola.
That was when Man of
2013.
Steel was. I was on Times Square and I saw this huge ass Man of Steel poster, and that was so cool to see. Because I don't know what night it was, but the clouds were like really down, so half of the poster was like disappeared. It was on Times Square. I don't
That's
remember
cool.
properly,
Right.
but it was Man of Steel and Star Trek and all of that shit. That was the best year to be there.
Damn,
I
that's
got
dope.
so much Man of Steel shit
So-
from there. I
No,
got all my
I
Superman
find it
shirts.
funny. I find it funny. The year you're in New York is the year I'm back home in Yemen. That's crazy. 2013.
Oh,
It's the best year to
Wow.
go. You said. It's the
I-
best
I
year to
We
didn't
go.
didn't even know
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other back then.
Yeah.
But
I
yo,
was
so
a fan of
so
Spider Monkey.
so Spider Monkey, like, so
Yeah.
you were born in Pakistan, but you live in Saudi Arabia now,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
like, what is kind of like the climate like there right now?
Okay, so the climate it's again because this place is like a king rule kind of thing, so extremely strict. You
Right.
are if I'm seen outside without a mask, that's like a $1,000 to $1,500 fine. I don't know.
That should be implemented here, to be honest.
Yeah, that should add up.
Wear a
to-
mask, you assholes.
I think that's like $300 to $400. I don't know. I'm not sure. I might be off. But
Gotcha.
that's the thing. And then in Pakistan, it's chaos because half of the people there are thinking it's like a government conspiracy, and the rates are just going up.
Right.
Those people wear tinfoil hats.
Yeah. Rather than a mask, they're gonna wear tinfoil hats.
So you're both educated what's going on in your country, but you're also very well educated on what's going on here in America.
Yeah.
That's dope, dude. Like I wish I could say the same. You know, like we were talking about this yesterday. Like I wish I knew more of what was going on in like more of the Middle East countries, and all the different sort of difficulties that they're experiencing.
And also how America fucked with all of y'all. It's unfortunate.
I mean, what I like to say is like it's like a back and forth thing. There's not one side necessarily responsible for it.
Right.
It's just like it's like governmental politics.
It's just the world is just a shithole, right? It's just like
the world is a shithole.
America
and everything
did it
you
to
can
make
see
it
that
better.
happening in you can see that in 2020.
But
all
our
of that
country
bad
ain't making
shit's
shit
just
better though.
What is it?
Our country ain't making shit any better though.
Yeah,
That's
like
funny.
it's not helping at all.
No, America is
But-
great. I plan on coming there, so I need to.
so yeah, right.
Thanks,
That's
America.
That's
America,
exactly.
America, I love you.
That's
America
exactly what I was
is
about to
best.
ask you. That's exactly what I was about to ask you. Like, so you do have plans? Like, do you have plans to
Yeah.
come and to stay, or like just more to like?
Come and stay right now. Like it's June, right? I should have been in America right now, but COVID happened.
Oh
And
man,
I got my 5-year
That's cool.
multiple re-entry visa. I was good. We were looking at flights. Then the world shut down.
right.
And my first destination, because I love New York, was New York. And then none of that shit happened. And I'm sitting on I'm looking at my visa. I'm like, what is the point of view right now? Because the world is not working.
Yeah.
I hustled to get this 5-year re-entry visa and can't even use it.
How long
Right.
can you stay with that visa?
I can stay in America for 60 days at a time. Like 60 days, then I need to leave and come back. Even if it takes like I leave, get out of America, come back to rather Pakistan for 2 days, and then come back. That 60 days is like up again.
Oh, it needs
But
to
you need
reset.
to have like it resets.
Yeah.
You need to have a lot of money because the flights.
Exactly.
But some
It's not-
people
it's
live their
expensive.
life in America and in like another country that way. They
So
just,
right, we gotta try to get you a worker's permit. We gotta like that's what I'm saying, yo, Eunice. Before you came on, like we told him, like yo, like DC hasn't been in contact with you. Like nobody, no company has been like. It's like yo, we gotta yo, you should hit up the CW. Be like, yo, like he makes better posters than whoever's making your posters right now. Like, fuck are you talking about?
Exactly. I got that cosplay shit out here. Fuck out of here, bro.
So it's like,
Oh my God.
Oh, there.
He's
I hate CW, bro.
so it's like, that's our goal for you, Spider Monkey. We go we go first, learn your name correctly. 2B.
Yeah.
so is Eunice.
So does Eunice. 2B, we gotta try to get you a connect at Warner Brothers or Disney and be like, yo, like you see this guy?
Tell Mark.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Mark, the DC correspondent. Come on.
Listen, I'm trying.
But speaking of the CW, yo, Eunice, before you hopped on, we were talking about fanboys. And so do you consider yourself not a CW fanboy, but a Flash fanboy?
100%.
But what
Okay.
what is a fanboy?
My bad.
What is a fanboy?
Discussion's
to you?
over.
Discussion's over.
I mean,
what is a fanboy to you?
what? No, I can't.
No, Mom, I graduated today.
I'm a man now.
Became a
My
man
baby
today.
sister. Stop.
He's
What do you
like-
want?
Stop, please. No, please.
Watch
sec.
out, yo.
She's
Your
crying.
sisters
Oh
be
my
roasting.
God.
He's like, come,
Relax. Stop crying. You don't need to cry.
come cut the
All
cake.
right. Eunice is loading again.
So we'll
Listen.
put that on hold until he comes back.
Yeah, but anyways,
So what was my definition again? Just, do you defend anything about the particular
Yeah,
brand, right?
anything and
Whether it
everything.
sucks or not. You
Yeah.
know,
but then even that's subjective though, because somebody could.
Okay,
love-
you find absolutely nothing wrong with anything that
Oh, then
group
I'm
or
definitely
person
not a fanboy,
does.
because I find there's something wrong in every movie to me.
false. You're a fanboy.
Yeah, you're still a fanboy.
Someone
You're
name
still-
name
Okay,
one.
so that's why I want to change my definition now, because
We have to make it to fit Ariel.
like-
So
Yeah,
exactly, we gotta make it to
Man,
fit
hold
his
on.
narrative.
let's make a separate definition of fanboy for Ariel, and then we'll have it for the rest of society.
You know what it is, Ariel? Okay, I won't like, if by my definition, I won't consider you a fanboy, but you defend like DC will do something and you'll be like upset with it, and then Marvel will go on and do the same thing, and you like it'll just be like, oh, like
Give me an example of something
Bet.
I was legitimately upset about. Because then
Yo,
Bet.
hold on, let me get my book out.
Let me get my book out.
let me
Give
let
me something
me
that's happened that I was legitimately upset about.
let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. I'll get
Exactly,
back
because
to
there's
you.
nothing. I don't take
Nah,
this shit serious.
that's not
man.
true.
I don't take this shit serious.
You don't take this shit serious.
I'm
But
talking about in
I'm a
terms of
Zach-
defending. I'm not gonna sit here with all of you convincing you why I like something. That's the reason why I like it. That's it. I don't.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know why? Because the first time you actually were like, I'm iffy about this MCU movie was Iron Man 2 when we did our review for Iron Man 2, and I was just like, but I was surprised as shit. I was like, yo, I was like, he's gonna find a way to defend it. He has to. Oh, well. Look who's back.
Hello, guys.
Is everything
Iron Man
okay?
2.
Everything take care? Nah.
She wanted me to open the bag of Cheetos for her. Like 2 people aren't
Wow.
upset.
That's the type of shit I used to do with my little brother.
You were an annoying little brother. Definitely you
was.
were. You definitely
Yo,
were.
yo, yo, yo,
Being the
yo,
oldest
on
has
this
its
pen.
positives.
That's mad funny, bro.
But like, yeah.
No, this is a fanboy right here. Oh, damn, we got 200 comments on this post. This dude right here, when he commented on the Tobey Maguire meme that we posted,
Mhm.
Right.
LOL, what? We just had Endgame. DC is getting the Snyder cut. LOL, ... You forget Zack Snyder sucks and the movie won't be any better. We are literally 3 laps ahead of y'all. Laughing, crying face, laughing,
See,
crying face.
that's
This piece of shit got 39 likes. Block him. Block him.
All right.
Fucking, can I call him out?
No.
Call him out,
No,
usernames and everything.
It's not gonna.
Fuck this
it won't-
kid, bro.
It's not
Social-
gonna gain
Well,
anything.
why
I
is
get
it
where
that
you're coming
serious,
from.
though? Why is
Bro,
it that- why do
but
you
look,
take
bro,
the-
look.
No,
Here's the
I'm
thing.
not, I don't care. I'm just saying this is a fanboy. This is a This is a
Right.
fanboy.
Right.
Is that a
This is a-
fanboy?
we're
Or
just-
is that just a toxic fan?
Right.
See,
That's
then
a
we
toxic
get-
fan.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
like, you get
interesting.
all these
Just
layers,
look
man.
at-
Layers,
So
cuz.
Eunice, like, like, cause do you defend everything that that the Flash does?
Bro, I will be the most vocal person to speak out upon a mistake that CW has done.
Yeah, that's why I don't think he's a fanboy. I was gonna say that because he will criticize.
Interesting, Eunice.
Oh.
Go.
Whoa.
I said
No,
hostility.
hey, you remember that part where the Flash could not save Joe West from a bullet?
We know that was during the time where he was on 2% of Speed Force, where he was losing it.
Yes, but on the episode previous, he's holding down and pinning down Eobard Thawne, Reverse Flash, with all of his Speed Force. So it's like an episode change. That he's using his watches at red. Then it's
that's how I know you weren't paying attention, because I'm about to shut your ass up.
Well, I'll be the first to admit I was not paying attention.
Okay.
After season 2, after season 2,
he was on his phone. He's like,
man,
this shit is
whack. I usually watch The Flash while I was at work. So it's like I'm working and I'm watching The Flash because I know it's not season 1 and 2 anymore. It ain't that shit. I cannot put it on my TV and watch it like I used to.
God.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it on my iPad.
Yeah, 30 minutes of like, we are the Flash, Iris, Cisco. What do I do, guys? I don't know how to do this. And then there's the last 10 minutes.
I feel like watching it now. I feel like watching the new season.
And Eunice knows this. Eunice, you know this.
What? Do I know what?
The filler shit.
Yeah, no. I'll be honest. I feel like season 6 was the best season since season 3 or 2.
Oh.
Before Crisis, it was decent.
I think after Crisis was also decent as well, and it would have been even more decent.
Yet, so.
It would have been even more crazier if it got to finish, because the way that they had the intended ending was gonna be ridiculous.
I always see you defending that shit.
Yeah, no, because everybody's blaming it. Like, I saw so many people saying, like, yo, the Flash is back. Finally, like, we're doing so good. And then it had to end because of COVID, and everybody's like, nah, this shit's trash. And I'm like, hold up, keep the same energy. Why you acting like this COVID pandemic is...
I will admit season 6 was on the right path. There were some things I disagreed with. But it was like getting back there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was getting back there. And then, it has that one thing. Okay, so one thing I like I say about CW shows is season 1 and 2 are usually good because they need to bring in the fans. So they will pander. And then when they get the fans in, it's that,
all hell breaks loose.
Political shit.
That's...
all of that drama that, CW shows have. But
they
forget that this is a superhero show first. They make it a drama show first and then a superhero show.
And I think, but here's the thing too about that, which to me, like, especially how we were talking about this before, right? With like toxic fans and Spdrmnkyxiii, you specifically said, you're gonna wipe out your Facebook because like fans this and that.
Yeah.
So it's like, my thing is, I feel like, and we've done a podcast on this as well. Like the toxic, like the comic book fan base is just very toxic.
Oh,
if they don't get something that they want
exactly how they want it.
Right, or like if it's not, I think it's mostly like, especially the comic book readers. It's like if it's not pinpoint like what's happening in the comics, or like
of everyone, bro.
Well, I think that's why I don't like Shazams, because I feel like it's not what I wanted. Like, I mean, am I toxic though?
What?
But am I toxic though?
No, because you're not going around on social media. It's like, yo, like, this is garbage. The actor's garbage. Change this, change that. You just state your opinion. You're just like,
exactly.
I wasn't fond of it. I didn't like
toxicity is when you take time out of your life to project your opinion onto other people.
Right, and it's like, dude, like people like can't be like Snyder fans are obviously happy, like, we're getting the cut, and then people got to go and be like, this shit's gonna suck anyway. It's like, how about you shut the fuck up and just let us enjoy the win? Like what the fuck? Like, why do you need to say something about it? Like, it's okay to give your opinion on things, but like, don't start getting toxic. Don't start getting bashing this and bashing that. and but that's a great. So like on your posts, especially like Spider-Monkey, do you see like people like sometimes post on your? Do you first of all even go through your comment section?
I do go through my comment section.
Like,
have you seen like I always wondered like for like artists, do you see like people like who are like a lot like cool comment be like, oh, maybe you should do this next time, like with technology wise, and like how to edit your pictures, make them better or whatever. But then you like go on their picture, you go on their profile, and their shit is like ass. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's never happened. What are you talking about?
For me?
Yeah, for you.
No.
Hey, let me tell you this. I delete comments because okay, so one dude, he came in and he's like, hey man, you're like shit, like the head's kind of big or the arm is angled wrong. I think it was on my Thanos one or something where he's holding Captain America's head and it was like very odd sized. And then I see that and I'm like, okay, it gets to me first because then I see it when someone says it, I'm like, oh shit, the hand looks so bad. Then I see their post, I'm like, man, you don't even know basic anatomy. Fuck off. I will delete your comment and I will forget your page out.
You just be like, all right, so do one better. How about that?
No, see, if I do that, that's opening the
oh no, yeah. I'm just right.
I couldn't even read, bro. I would just not even waste my time reading comments.
Yo, like that's the thing.
I can't even read.
I'm glad you brought that
up. I was like, wait, what?
I can't.
I was like, wait, what?
I'm glad you brought that up, Spider Monkey, in terms of opening the floodgates, because sometimes even if you're just saying an opinion, that could come off crazy to somebody. Because if I were to go on Twitter right now and say, yo, Man of Steel was lit, I will 100% get more people going, that shit was shit, and all this other stuff.
You don't know the real Superman that wears the underwear outside his suit.
Oh, fuck that.
You don't know the hair curled Superman with the oversaturated.
You see, no, the thing is, the Ariel hates the like he does hate the more lighthearted, like he doesn't like Brandon Routh. I know that. And I love Brandon.
Look at his laugh.
Oh.
I love Brandon.
It's been nice being here. I will see you guys.
He flipped the script.
Wow.
He did not like Kingdom Come, and I know, and like it's not for everybody. I understand that. But he loves Henry Cavill. But I, for one, I like both. I just like different interpretations.
I'm legit kidding about. Again, do not take anything. I'm not.
No. I understand.
Shout out to Brandon Routh. You're doing that well of a job. If I hate you as an actor, that means you're doing something right.
Damn.
Brandon Routh was like my first like Superman, and then Henry Cavill.
Me too.
So I have this thing where I don't know which one I like better. I definitely like Man of Steel's version more now. Because again, it's like, oh, it's a different take.
But
nostalgia kicks in with Brandon Routh.
Oh, see, that's
so I was gonna bring that up.
That's your Tobey Maguire syndrome.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire.
That's the Tobey Maguire syndrome.
No, but I'm very outspoken on Spider-Man. I know I would get shit for this. Andrew Garfield.
I know
Andrew Garfield. That's it.
That's your man.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man.
Spider Monkey.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Something just came up. I'll holla at y'all later.
My girl said
Mark, we just got an addition
to the team.
Baby.
So wait. All right, hold
on.
Eunice, who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
Okay.
Okay. I'm talking about my guy.
All right, besides him.
Bright future ahead of you, my guy.
If you had to pick Tobey.
Between Tobey and Andrew, because mine is Tom too. Like Tom is just perfect as Spider-Man. His movies just don't.
Mine is Tom now too.
Yeah. Andrew.
Damn, bro.
It's a fuck Tobey,
That's
dude.
Tough.
Stop front like you never picked before. Come on. Tobey.
I know, right? Like you never got
like no one asked this for.
No, I do, but like. It's always Tobey, Tom, or Andrew, and I just like Tom, and I'm just like, okay, good. And then I'm like, damn, who's
good.
second?
I can avoid all this stupid conversation.
Yeah. I think I'd go with Andrew.
Andrew is, I think
4v2.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, I mean, and okay, so right now Tom Holland, I like it but I think he's like too young for me. And then Toby was too old for me. The Andrew was like the perfect.
Yeah, he was like 50 when he was making it. So
Yeah, so like when Andrew came along, and that's like the first experience. Okay, so I was late to Tobey Maguire's movies because we never had theater. We never had theaters here. We had bootleg VHS tapes that we used to get.
Gotcha.
And then when Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, like the movie came out, it was all happening. Like I was in New York when they were filming stuff for The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and shit. So it was like in the moment. So I felt most connected to that.
I feel you.
But plus Andrew Garfield and Hacksaw Ridge. Andrew Garfield is such a good actor.
No, he's an amazing.
He's amazing.
Sure, yeah.
Amazing. Social Network. It's another great one.
The same thing that you guys say about like what happened with Batman versus Superman and Justice League. All of that shit. Same thing happened with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Yep.
Like the company coming in, slicing, chopping, removing this, removing that. Yeah. And it just got muddled, and then they went for the reboot.
I think I might have a hot take about that movie. Besides it being trash to me.
Yeah.
I think that since the director's strong points were the scenes with Gwen and Peter. Yeah. Because he made 500 Days of Summer. It's one of my favorite romantic comedy films of all time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Webb specializes in dialogue and conversation and having that feel good. And every time Peter and Gwen were together, I'm smiling, I'm cheesing because
the chemistry is
off the chart.
I always say that.
I mean, they were also dating at the time, so
exactly. That was his shorty. But the thing is that if he would have gotten the freedom to explore the relationship more and actually go into the relationship more and just having one villain, you would have. I'm talking about the potential there would have matched at least Spider-Man 2's in terms of terms of reaching that kind of height of film, because it doesn't just become a Spider-Man movie; it becomes a relationship movie.
Yeah,
about a guy trying to balance two lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a lot that they lost there. It sucks.
Yeah. Okay, so now I get what you're saying, where he should have explored it. He could have gotten the opportunity to explore it more, but like Gwen died in the second one.
Yeah.
And like,
whoa,
he had
spoilers
from a movie that came out when
the comic book.
The comic book.
If you saw the plans for Amazing Spider-Man 3, while I wish Andrew got it, the plans that they had for it, I'm happy it didn't happen. I'm so happy it didn't happen.
They were gonna bring Gwen
Elaborate.
back. They were gonna like bring people back from the dead or something.
They were gonna use that father storyline. They were gonna bring Gwen back from the dead.
See, okay, I hate that father storyline. As in, like after the end credits, they bring back his dad. Yes, it's deleted. It's a well acted out scene.
Very well.
Yeah.
But sorry, that idea is trash. Your dad, Peter, your dad's dead. Sorry, he's dead.
Yeah. I remember they marketed the shit out of Amazing Spider-Man, saying you're gonna finally find out what happened with his parents.
the untold story, shit. And then nothing. And a throwaway scene in the beginning where the plane is crashing, but hey, let me update my Facebook status right now on my laptop.
He has Wi-Fi in the air, my guy.
Yeah. No, but like Ariel said, the Spider-Man, like Mark Webb's strong point was like the relationship and all of that, like the Spider-Man relationship thing. That's not the reason I like the movie. There are specific scenes which have so much potential, and that's what I wanted. The bridge scene with Spider-Man, the first time where he saves the kid from the flaming car.
That was great.
Yeah,
that was great.
Great scene.
Yeah.
Great scene.
Then when he's unmasked in front of like Captain Stacy.
That was so
and he's
good.
he's like, you gotta let me go. Puts on the mask, goes. The crane scene. Spider-Man 2 comes along. The montage scene where he's saving the kid and everything. Then the end of the movie.
The Times Square scene too was phenomenal.
Yeah,
the Times
phenomenal.
Square scene. And then towards the end.
Dope.
My favorite scene. I know it's cheesy and people hate it. Where
cheesy.
everyone's like standing and it's like a concert going on when Spider-Man's fighting Rhino, but that end scene is so good. It's
when he swings the sewer grate at him or whatever.
He swings it, and not because of like his comeback. When he's standing face to face with that kid, that is the Spider-Man movie I want.
Right.
like down to earth with the people on the street.
Yeah.
That's why I like Tom Holland, but he's too like Avengers. There's no New York. New York is
He's
a
Iron Man Jr.
character-
He's
yeah.
Iron Man Jr.
New York is
Right.
supposed to be the
Shut
character
up.
that
Iron
complements
Man
the Spider-Man
Jr.
movies.
All right.
And
There is
that's
no
the
New
part
York.
He'll
Shut up.
What?
No, let
It's
him get his
true.
shit off. This is a
It's
segment.
true.
Let him
What
get
did
his
he
shit
not?
off.
How
No,
is he
no, no.
not? His two villains were because of Iron Man.
He's literally cleaning up. He's his janitor. Okay, he's his janitor. How's that? He's cleaning up his messes.
This
Yo,
one-
Eunice,
this
you're the
one's
type to
okay.
like Homecoming.
I loved Homecoming.
Yeah,
Oh,
Eunice
my-
is
I
my
love
guy, lo mío de
Homecoming.
verdad.
Bro,
Wait, what's
wasn't
the
this
issue
supposed to
Eunice
be
has
just
here?
Spider Monkey? Why is Eunice here?
You definitely didn't watch the third act of Homecoming if you think he's Iron Boy Jr.
Thank you.
Iron Boy Jr.
You definitely didn't see the third act of Far From Home if he's Iron Man Jr.
So now he's finally getting into his own. I'm curious to see what the
He is
third.
a kid. I don't understand why
I'm kidding.
everybody thinks that.
He's-
No,
wait,
I'm
hold
not
on,
saying.
hold
I'm
on.
not saying. No, that's not my point. My point is that. Yeah, he's a kid, right?
Okay.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah. He's,
Oh, so-
he's
oh,
immature.
cool.
He's coming into his own.
Hey,
Okay, well, I'm-
Eunice.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
A Homecoming. He doesn't even beat fucking Vulture. Doesn't even beat him.
Yeah, that was a
What?
whack.
His-
He
final
doesn't beat
fight.
him. He
Watch
doesn't
it
beat him.
again. Watch
His
it again.
jetpack malfunctions.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He didn't do anything.
He didn't
He
beat
didn't do
him.
anything.
And Far From Home, you said there's no Tony Stark in it. He's literally wearing Tony Stark's glasses to beat I love Far From Home. I enjoyed the movie a lot.
I enjoy that
It's the
movie.
second
actually,
best
yeah.
Spider-Man movie.
False. 100% false.
Why?
All right, I'll shake your
100%
hand when I
false.
see you, my guy. It's
Far
fine.
From Home was mad good.
But it's not the second best Spider-Man film.
Yes,
I
after
mean-
Spider-Verse.
Nope. Spider-Man 2. Stop
No,
playing with
it's
me.
Spider-Man 2,
Spider-Man 2, stop
Spider-Verse,
playing.
and then Far From Home. That's how it should go.
What was the
Wait,
first
what
one?
was your first one?
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
Tobey
Yeah.
Maguire.
Hell yeah, bro. That movie's
Dude,
phenomenal.
that train scene is embedded in me forever.
Phenomenal. I don't care what y'all say. It's not even nostalgia. That is a good.
No, that's a
Dude,
great scene.
what?
That's a great
No,
scene. I can't.
That's
That's
I
a
can't.
great
That's
movie.
a,
Yeah.
yeah, it's great. Yeah,
Dude,
obviously.
every time I have two ropes in my hand and I'm pulling something, I'm pulling Tobey Maguire. I'm like,
Yo, his
Yeah,
face
yeah.
in that though. Yo, I'm making a meme tomorrow.
To change it.
That shit, man. Even if I have
Change
two
it.
tiny strings on it, it's
Tobey
gonna be like
Maguire.
Spider-Man in it.
Toby is buns, fam.
Toby's
Buns.
facial expressions
Buns.
were mad.
Damn.
But we got a really good second movie out of there because Sam Raimi was like, "Fuck y'all, I'm doing my shit."
Oh, dude, Spider-Man.
I wish there was a third one and a fourth one that he actually did it as well, but
Yeah.
Yo, watch your mouth. Spider-Man 3 was dope.
Spider-Man 3 was good.
There you
Spider-Man
go,
is-
Spider-Man.
Dude, when?
Come on, yeah.
Okay,
convince me.
okay,
bro,
when
I
Harry
saw
shows
this.
up.
No, the first act of that movie was great. Second and
Yeah.
third is where it all went downhill.
Oh, no, okay. Second and third, I understand why you say it goes down. But, dude, tell me this. When Spider-Man is being strangled and Harry shows up, and then they're like just in the nick of time, hops on his air skateboard and they're
The
doing
fight
flips
scene
together.
was good.
That
Fight scene was
shit
good.
Bro.
slaps.
Okay,
Yo.
but like
Oh,
I said,
what about
Yes.
what about at the jazz club, guys? When he
oh
when
my
you
God, that
hear him
was
whisper,
so bad.
remember when he
Oh.
whispered, "Now
Oh,
take on this."
Okay,
so bad.
I don't want to remember.
okay,
All right.
okay.
Podcast
he
is
starts,
over.
he starts like
It's-
snapping and like,
Dude,
it's so
now
bad,
big on
bro.
this. Okay, it's so bad.
Yo. It's
so
good.
good.
It's so bad. It's good.
It's the
No.
same thing with Batman and Robin.
it's so bad,
Absolute
it's
trash,
terrible.
but it's a fun movie when Batman
It's so
pulls out
bad,
his.
terrible.
What
Bad
is with
credit
all
card.
these people and Batman and Robin? Batman and
Yeah.
Robin is fucking
Storm was
garbage.
like that
Oh,
too, bro. Nice
yo.
Cast was like that too. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
No, Batman
Shout out
and
to Nice
Robin
Cast.
is
Shout out to Nice
Batman
Cast.
and Robin is so bad, but it's such a good time because it's so trash.
Yeah, like Sharknado.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like you watch it and let's kick some ice.
Oh God!
It's so
It
bad.
has bad
It-
puns.
you find
Terrible puns.
humor.
Yo.
in it.
Puns.
They didn't even have CGI like icicles like on cars. They
It was
literally
rubber.
just
It-
like
it-
yeah, like
It was flapping rubber over there.
Well, let me give you some insight as to why
Oh
they
my
took that
God.
approach with that movie. Joel Schumacher, the director who did both of them, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Has he directed another movie since then?
Garbage and garbage.
Garbage.
Probably works for sanitation now. Shout out
Let's
to
see.
Joel. But,
Joel Schumacher.
At the landfill.
But for Batman and Robin and Batman Forever, Warner Brothers came to him, and this was at the height in the 90s where toys were selling.
I heard about
The
this.
movie was a commercial for toys.
It was a
For toys,
commercial.
yeah.
That's why Batman has so many different cars and gadgets and outfits and all that. It was
Because they're just trying to market everything.
It was just a big marketing scheme. But
Did they make money off that movie? Was it successful?
I
Let's
think
look it up.
toys made more money
Let's
than the
see.
movie. I think.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
Batman and Robin. Our first appearance of Batgirl on screen. Amazing.
And our last appearance, right?
Yeah,
Or no,
Alicia Silverstone.
Birds of
This
Yeah.
made
TV show.
all right. The budget was 125 million. We could also add like a couple.
It was 160.
Yeah, we could say it's like 160. It only grossed worldwide. Oh,
238.
oh, okay.
That's not bad
Oh,
It's not bad.
for then.
It's not bad for garbage.
but
Batman Begins at
Some
373
expensive
million.
What do you say?
Batman Begins at only 373
And that
million.
was a lot for a superhero film, though. in that
At the
That's-
time,
yeah.
Nolan broke
I-
new ground with the.
I cannot shit on Joel Schumacher because he's the one reason we got Batman Begins and Nolan and then Dark Knight. Because
That's
Batman
also
was so
true.
trash, they had to bring in Nolan. Man, fix this shit up right now. This shit is dead.
So let me ask y'all this: if those bad Batman movies never came about, I still think the Nolan trilogy would have came about. But do you think people would love it as much as they did? Because I do feel
No.
like a lot of the love for it goes because it's like, oh, we just got these two garbage ass Batman movies that didn't take the
Back-to-back.
character serious.
Yep.
Right, like 95, 97. It's just like, oh god. But like to me personally, like I still think it would have been six. Like those are great movies, just in general.
Yeah,
like not
I
even.
think it would have
just-
been good no matter what.
No,
Right.
I don't think they would have put in so much care and effort if they didn't have the downfall of the character.
Yeah, but it's
That's
Nolan.
what I
But yeah, he's talking
That's true
about
too, though. But the
filmmaking-wise.
director is right. Filmmaking wise, like Nolan just killed it in every
Exactly.
aspect.
No, see, I don't think
I don't
they
think-
would approach Nolan.
Yeah, I don't think they
They
would have
would
gotten
not-
Nolan
yeah.
to begin with.
Right.
Because imagine if Joel Schumacher, like again, Joel Schumacher's movies never happened. They don't have a bar that's so low that they want to go high.
Yeah,
For,
because
like, a
Batman
Nolan. Oh,
Returns.
okay.
Batman Returns was received as too dark and gothic.
Too
as
dark.
well, as the first.
So they
Batman.
won't go with the Nolan theme of being dark. That's why, because of that response from Returns, they went with, Batman Forever, lighthearted.
Yeah,
Batman
but
Robin,
I'm
lighthearted.
super disrespectful to anything that came out before me. I'm sorry. I also I'm not sorry because the Adam West shit was garbage. The 1940 shit was super racist and garbage. So see ya. Fuck all
Yeah,
that.
I never watched.
I
the
never
Adam West
watched
shit.
them. I
I
didn't know they
used
were
to.
racist.
Yeah.
Even the 1970s.
They were racist?
I physically
Well,
can't
yeah,
watch it.
they made they made fun of like Japanese people and stuff in the Adam West joints. And
That's
stuff.
crazy.
Oh,
It's corny. It's super corny. But again, I feel like every era of superhero films that we get match our
Yeah, at the time
our
it was
current
in.
climate.
Yeah.
So in the 40s, what was going on then.
Oh,
And then
Still going on now.
exactly. And then you get to the Schumacher
Damn.
stuff. You get to the Schumacher stuff, and it's more
Campy.
silly. It's more campy because the 90s was just campy shit happening.
That is true.
So you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it fits his time. And then Nolan stuff is we're in a post 9/11 world where everything is a bit more serious and taken a bit more seriously, which is
That is
why
true.
we get films that have more of a plot dealing with technology or terrorism and stuff because of what happened, because of the time that we're in. Why do you think Bane works as a terrorist, as a
Yeah.
anarchist, an anarchist/terrorist that comes and terrorizes a city?
Right.
Why do you think
Works.
Bane was what? Never mind.
Why
do you think what?
Bane is supposed to be Latino.
Yeah, he's a Cuban guy, really, but they made him Hungarian in Dark Knight Rises.
I mean, it's fine. Like Tom Hardy killed it,
They
Yeah, I
smoked
mean,
that, yeah.
but it's like right. If we want to be like comic accurate,
Yeah. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Yo, on the Harley Quinn show, the guy who does the voice does such a good
my
impression.
God, bro.
Well,
I haven't
So
watched
He's
the
doing
Harley
his
Quinn
voice.
show.
He's doing his
Wow.
job.
No,
but like he's doing like a Tom Hardy parody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny.
It's so
I
funny.
can't
Every time he
wait.
talks,
I'm
yeah,
he
binging that
steals
shit.
the scene every time he's in there. I feel like.
yeah,
Like,
no, he's one of
anytime
my
he's in
favorite
it,
characters.
He's one of my favorite ones.
I
Like,
need to.
oh, well,
I
then
need
what
to
are we
watch that
doing?
show.
Right? well, what are we really doing here? It's like, who said they need to watch it? Spider-Man, get on it ASAP.
Me.
Get on it
Well, we
ASAP.
don't have the
Have you-
DC app here, so I need to find different ways of
That is some
VPN, my
bullshit.
guy, VPN.
yeah, change your VPN.
Oh yeah, no, VPN sometimes does. I just go torrent.
Oh, torrent.
No,
Okay.
I'll take in this all out. Don't worry about it.
No, it's fine.
Taking this all
Dude,
out.
when there were no theaters here, people made stores out of like torrent sites. They were like, "Hey, I want this bootleg CD for this movie, VHS tape for this movie." Torrents were the thing here until theaters started.
Yo, fucking LimeWire.
Yeah, ISO Hunt, the
Frostwire.
OG ISO Hunt. That was
ISO
where
Hunt, dude. Oh my
that was where it was.
god.
And the amount of songs I
Oh.
did not sexually harass that woman. Yo, remember they accidentally like downloading those Bill Clinton fucking
What?
I used to get the Rick Roll songs. The Never
Yo,
Or the Rick
all
Roll
fucking
song.
time. Never
Wait,
gonna
what-
give
wait.
you. It's actually a great song.
Wait.
Nah, it's just trash.
What was
What?
the
You're bugging.
What was
I
the thing you would
guess-
accidentally download?
Bill Clinton's like
His
Yeah.
relations with that woman.
I did not have
Yeah,
sexual
that's-
Yo,
relations.
you would get so hype, right, about to listen to it on your iPod. and you
I
hear
had
the-
never heard of that. I heard of Rick Rolls.
Like Jesus.
I heard
I
I
never
thought-
got rickrolled or anything. I just
Rick rolled is more of a
You never got
YouTube
Rick
thing.
rolled?
Isn't that,
That
more
is
of a
true.
YouTube thing?
Yeah, it
that
was.
more
They were
YouTube.
putting-
I've
Bill
heard-
Clinton
I've heard
thing
of
was
that.
LimeWire.
I did get
okay.
rickrolled in the sense that my laptop was just full of malware.
Oh god.
If I downloaded the wrong thing, there's just ads popping
Everywhere,
up. and
yeah.
everything.
Oh, that was
I
the
closed
fucking
one,
worst.
3 open. I closed those 3, 6 come.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
so
but-
that happened.
I have a question in terms of your art.
Okay.
Is there a certain style of, how do I put it? You know how sometimes I see a lot of your art almost feels like they're always floating in air, or there's always some kind of paint backdrop to it.
Yeah.
Is that like your signature, or do you try to switch it up every time?
I try to switch it up, but I don't think I'm doing a good job of switching it up.
Yeah, he's trash at art. If you. if you
Oh
haven't-
my god.
Oh.
Shut up.
Oh. my
That sinister face, bro.
Oh,
No,
brother.
see, that's just one person from the group chat I'm in. And
Oh,
when
you
I
showed
tell
me the
you,
chat?
when
Yeah.
I tell you that I need a break, this is what. Hey, give me opinions. You're trash. Fuck you. Stop flexing. Oh, this, that. Okay, I'm like, I actually put my phone down and go play Call of Duty because that feels more relaxing.
Wow.
Should-
It's
And
so
that's saying
hostile.
Damn,
It's
he'd
so
rather
hostile.
hit the gulag than talk to his boys.
Yo, but yo,
I
tell,
will die in the gulag. I will die in the gulag,
We
man.
got the king of the gulag right here.
yo, you play P4 or Xbox or PC?
P4. P4.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat
Yo,
of
what
a
if we want me on
scientist
Rust?
myself.
Yo, I missed out the time. Okay, so I'm recently getting into Call of Duty.
Right.
So,
So this is
I-
your first Call of Duty game?
yeah, this is my first Call of
Oh,
Duty game
congrats.
proper with the campaign and everything.
That's
So nice.
He's like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do it properly.
That's
Yeah,
it.
and then I went back and I watched, like, I read up and saw the Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3.
Oh, but this is
Didn't
a
know
reboot.
how. Yeah, so this is
Yeah.
a reboot. I didn't
Yeah.
know how interconnected it was.
Yeah.
What makes me sad is I missed out on that. Hey, you want to be a man? 1v1 me on Rust.
Yo,
Oh, right.
I missed
Me on
out on
Rust.
that shit.
Where boys became men, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Friendships
And
were
then-
tested.
When I tell you that
Yeah.
there's been times in high school where something happened in Halo or something happened in COD the night before, and Niggas will be in each other's faces about it the next day, like, yo, you a pussy, you pussy.
Oh, like, fuck was you talking about online last night?
Exactly.
Like, yo, chill. Like, we was just gaming, bro.
Exactly.
It's gaming.
That's
We're just gamers, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's when I started realizing how this shit is. None of this means anything, dude. It's a game.
Like nothing. Like zero significance.
Listen, 275 gets you on the MTA, fam. Like,
I'm glad I missed out. Like, that's the part I'm glad I missed out on. Because
Same.
back then, no internet, no I had a PS2, but I would just play story games. No internet.
Yeah.
We were very late into the internet thing. My family specifically.
mm-hmm.
So I didn't go in those Xbox 360 lobbies where everyone's just talking trash on their entire ancestry. So like, because that shit would traumatize me.
Bro, people would never make it past an Xbox.
These kids these days.
Yo, one day you're gonna be like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna join in, and someone's gonna be like, hey, aren't you Spdrmnkyxiii? Yo, your artwork fucking sucks. You're gonna say,
And I saw your Facebook post.
oh, Facebook needs to go. Facebook has to go.
Yo, why haven't you deleted your account?
Because there's so much good memory shit on there that I need to save.
Private it. Can you private it and remove all your followers? Can you do that?
I have no idea. I haven't used Facebook because it's doo-doo now. It's actual
doo-doo.
Listen, I went on a couple weeks ago to just completely nuke my account because I don't sign into it.
Is it easy to nuke?
Yeah.
Is it easy to nuke it?
Yeah, it's very easy.
And they give you a month to go, nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah, psych, I ain't kidding.
Yeah.
Yo, but I want to shout out someone else that I think is in y'all group chat. Josh, Brett Edit.
Oh, the man.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Man.
What's wrong with it?
Number one.
Nah, I'm legit
two.
shouting him out, so I don't know what they're laughing about.
No, he's dope. But like me and Josh are the main ones that like fuck with Spdrmnkyxiii art. Like we're the main ones that shit on him.
If no, I would say
so
this
never
because
mind.
you're shouting him out. You're shouting him out, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna say this, Josh. Whenever I send anything, he's the first one to see it. He's the first one to say, I hate you. It's like an abusive
Because of how
ex
good he is.
Yeah, he's an abusive ex. And he always says, like, you won't share your talent with us. I'm like, I do. You need to listen. And he's like, no, you never do. And then he spit roasts me in ways I never imagined I could be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he's kind of the reason I have like a thicker skin now.
How did you guys get close? Eunice and you.
Okay. Oh my.
Like what the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck happened? It's like yo.
It was one night.
It was one night. One night. He whispered Arabic into my ear, and it was all over.
He was like, release the Snyder Cut. He's like, oh, everyone went crazy.
Okay. Okay, so this was before World of Flash, by the way.
Yeah.
Before World of Flash.
What was it?
What I was ya.fx, Eunice Elzuberi.fx. I wanted to be an art
Change it.
Go back to it right now.
You wanted to be what?
I wanted to be an art account because Spdrmnkyxiii was the main person that I like knew before I had Instagram. I wasn't allowed to have Instagram when I was 13.
Yo, let me put one thing in.
Okay.
There was a time where he was on Instagram. It was World of Flash, the first page.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And he DM'd me at one point. He's like, yo, I don't think I got a good result. And my dad's kind of like pissed. So here's my username and my password. Post for me because I'm going to be disappeared for a bit. Because my dad
finesse you. He's like, yo, post your artwork on my page so people.
Yeah, he was like,
my
if you make something Flash related, post. Do Flash related stuff or Flash related art, repost it because I will be gone for a bit.
This was my first semester of high school. I was 14 and I had a horrible ass grade in my history class. And like I thought my dad was gonna take my shit.
What kind of
away.
history class was it? Was it global or U.S.
Global.
history?
It was global.
All right.
Oh,
and
global history.
Yeah, and then I felt like he was gonna like take my phone away or something. And like that was the year like my parents started trusting me more and more. Like I haven't gotten my phone taken away since like 8th grade or some shit like that.
Oh,
But,
what
like-
a flex!
that flex. I haven't had my phone taken
like-
away from me.
But like no, like I haven't.
90s kids
Yo,
are like, yo, look at
Yo,
this
imagine
dumbass.
having your brick of a PS2 being hidden from you because of a bad grade. That fucking brick was
Bro.
hidden.
The brick.
Why can't they
Yeah.
just take the
The brick-
controller, bro?
Video game podcast coming soon.
Whole console.
Oh
Bro.
my god.
That's
My
so
parents
true,
were
though.
smart, bro. They would just take the
Yeah.
controllers.
It's like shit.
Okay.
No, my parents
So-
would leave the controllers and everything. They'd take the main thing, which was
To remind
Yeah,
you,
like,
you can use the
unplug-
controller, but you can't control anything.
You can't
My
even look
parents would
at
take
it.
away the PS3 so I can look at the freaking like the controller. Like it was there, but like it doesn't fucking work. It's useless.
It's useless.
Sick man.
So continue.
I behaved.
Okay, so I was an art account and I knew Spider-Monkey before like I made Instagram. Like I used to like sneak on Instagram because my parents didn't want me to have social media. when I was
How
young.
did you know him? From Facebook?
Huh?
From Facebook?
It was on Instagram. It was on
It was
Instagram.
on
I had a
Instagram.
secret Instagram account.
Oh.
You had
Yeah,
Insta.
your
gotta
mom
burn
didn't
it.
know about this
Burn
one.
it.
So
Wow.
if
Hold
my
on.
mommy is watching this.
Hold on. Hello? Yeah, he got a secret one.
Yeah, today he graduated. Let all the secrets out. He's had a good day.
Yeah, he has.
Now things need to go back to normal.
Yeah, man. They really do. All right, so I used to always like he was the only person I liked. Like it was him and Boss Logic, those two actually. Him and Boss Logic. I loved art. I loved photoshopping. I was just superimposing
Photoshopping.
freaking images on other backgrounds and shit.
Hold on, I'm gonna be right.
Okay.
All right.
Continue.
Time out. Oh, okay. And then I messaged him once. I was like, "Yo, how do I get backgrounds?" I remember this so clearly. I was in my room upstairs on my bunk bed, and I was like, "Yo, how do I get good backgrounds for photos?" Because I wanted the buildings to be destroyed and this and that. And then he was like, "Yo, just look up destroyed buildings and like that." Like he didn't pay me no mind. He didn't want me to like he thought I was just a random dude.
He's like, "This is
And then I got the
dumbass."
Flash account. And then I got the because remember, I didn't create that Flash account. I won it from a guy who gave it away at 2,000 followers.
Right.
Ah.
And then
Yeah, he
and
said-
then I got
he
it.
said that on
Yeah,
our
yeah.
multiverse podcast. Go check it
No,
out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
And then
Mark, you don't listen to our
no, I-
podcast. Sounds good.
no, I just said that's right. I remember him saying that. All right, but
too.
wait,
Mark
carry
doesn't
on.
listen. Confirmed. All right, so
Brian's bum ass.
I DM'd him, and then we started getting closer and closer. And then I was like, he didn't know I was that annoying little kid. I was like, "Oh, by the way, you remember that account?"
I was
that-
like, yo, you remember me? Remember me?
Yeah. You remember me? And I was like, I was
And
so
then-
confused back then.
you
I was
were.
so
Fuck with me way
confused.
back then, but how about
Because
now?
Instagram
now?
on its own was so confusing. I was like new to this and everything. And it's like, oh, it's the same kid with 2 accounts, huh? That can happen? Because I never did that. I never made spam accounts or fake accounts and anything.
Wow. So
was
he's
an
saying he's
open-
Calling you, yo,
fake.
he's better
You're
than you.
fake.
He's better than you.
He said
God damn.
he said YA24_999. Fuck out of here.
Change that shit. Fuck out of here.
No profile picture having ass.
Egg picture having.
Egg picture.
It was literally the egg picture. It was literally that was great profile picture. And then we got so close. Like we got close because we were both like Muslim. We were both Muslim, like in the
Yeah.
like combo community. You didn't see that a
Shout out
lot.
to y'all. Shout out to all the Muslims.
Yep.
Yes, sir. And then like we got so close to the point where like I even trusted him to like give him my password to the account because
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna get punished.
Yeah.
Like I that's how much I trust. Like I never thought.
I remember that password. I'm not gonna say it, but I remember that password.
Yo, spill
It's
the
good.
beans right now.
If Eunice allows it, I'll spill the thing.
Where's Ariel? Is Ariel still in here? Okay, Ariel, cut it out, because I do want to know what it is. I'll tell you guys, but like, cut it out.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna timestamp it.
Yeah, timestamp it,
Start
timestamp
talking.
it.
Okay.
Start talking. It's good.
So
Hey, it's
it's-
gonna be like
his-
psych.
No, his password was some fresh ass tea because he has his entire page is like flash this, flash that. His password's Superman. Superman with a number. I'm like, yo,
Wow.
yo.
What a
Genius. Genius.
To this day, it's the same password with
Stinks.
extra numbers.
To this day, it's Superman
To
1,
this-
2, 3
to
with an
this
exclamation
day.
point.
Oh,
Wow.
that was like when I saw it, I'm like, yo, this
Eunice,
this kid runs an entire page on the Flash. He has so many followers. He talks Flash, wears Flash, lives Flash. His password's Superman.
That's fucking
What if it was like
Eunice.
Quicksilver, right? Like
All right, Ariel,
plot
Oh.
twist.
Oh, if it was
Eunice.
Quicksilver, though.
Yo.
Eunice, you are very talented, my guy.
Nah,
De verdad.
man. Yo,
Also, Eunice, if
Thank
you finish your story, I want to show them the first picture you sent to me.
Hey,
Yes.
yo.
Time out. Listen, I was 14 and I wanted him to give me a fan edit because he edited me in a Flash suit when I was 14.
Let's
Yeah,
do
I
it.
Yo, Spider Monkey, send that to us, and I'm gonna. Put
All
it
right,
on
I'm
the
gonna
video,
send it
but
to
you
you.
can show us.
We'll
on
show
the
it here
video.
too, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
on 10K, I wanted to do a
Yeah.
face reveal. Nobody knew my face until I hit 10,000
Yeah.
followers. And then
I'm not using the
Face
one
reveal,
we
dude.
used. he sent me
so,
around
so
20
the-
pictures.
Oh
Around
my
20
God.
pictures because I kept asking for more. Sometimes
Spammed you with
Like-
selfies.
yeah, no, he spammed the selfies because this kid, he's like, I want to do a facial reveal, and it's like a Flash thing, and then he sends me a selfie with his glasses on, like you idiot.
You're like, yo, take off the glasses, bro. How am I
Take off
gonna
the
edit this
glasses.
shit?
Yeah, then he takes off the glasses, but then it's not fitting right, and then close up because it's a facial reveal and all of that. This is just one picture,
Oh
God. And let me turn the brightness down.
Oh shit! I saw that. I know which one it is already. Oh my
brother.
god. Okay, I'm gonna stay right here so you guys can see the difference.
Oh my god! Look at that big ass head. Holy shit.
Look at that real man,
son.
Nick.
Look at that.
Oh,
long
I'm
ass neck.
Yeah, mom.
Look, his head got bigger.
Look at that dude with this giraffe neck.
Look at this
Bro,
dude.
that's
Yo, that's
insane.
dope. That's dope, man.
And
yo.
that was a BVS shirt, by the way. That was a BVS shirt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I fuck with the picture. I
Oh.
fuck with
Get
the
extra
picture.
points for that.
But yo,
Does
so,
this seem
so
good?
Eunice, why did so do you have any sort of like not remorse, but do you have any sort of feeling of going back to doing artwork or not really?
I mean, I don't have like
It's like
a good like. I
Nigga,
don't
no.
know.
Yeah, right.
No.
He's like, bro,
No.
I got over 100,000 posted shit about the Flash. I'm chilling.
Say no.
Yo,
Really
and you know
right
what's the
now.
funny part? In that group chat, there are hard ass workers that work their
That-
ass off.
That's why
Art.
I was like, why is he in that group chat with a bunch of artists? Like,
No, no. It's cause I made the group chat actually. I made that group
you made
chat.
Yeah.
All right, I hope y'all
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that. But okay,
Yeah.
so I made that group chat. But like, they're all artists, and because we always clown each other on shit. I always clown them how I get more likes than them by just doing the simple collage. And
Yeah.
they spent days,
Yeah.
weeks,
Yo, the
months
way
on
these
art,
kids
and
roast
they-
each other these days.
Dude, no. The perfect example is
That's a lunch table roast for-
tried and tested this method.
Uh-huh.
Like I saw Eunice do it, and it
Go on.
fucking works, dude. There was a picture where I spent 10 hours, like 3 hours a day, 2 hours a day, or something like that.
I was
Up to
like,
10
damn.
hours.
Cumulatively.
Yeah.
Cumulatively.
Yeah, and I made something. Okay, 5K likes. I spent time on this, but 5K likes. Thankful, blessed, alhamdulillah, all of that. Let's go.
Allah.
Then I took a collage picture. Oh, I made the Avengers art, where it's like Avengers 2012,
Right.
and then it was Infinity War, then it was Endgame.
What is your most liked post?
It's a collage. It's a
Wow.
damn collage. Okay, and you know what I did? Okay, so I spent like the Infinity War art I made of like the 2012 shot recreated, 6
Right.
hours, 4 hours. Then I did it with Endgame around the same time, 6 hours, 4 hours. Uploaded them separately. Then Endgame was coming out, and I decided, all right, I'll take all those three. I'll take the 2012 shot. I'll take the Infinity War and the Endgame art that I made. I'll make a collage. And I was in a car on my way to a friend's, and I made that collage on my phone. I put the text on it, whatever it takes, 2012, 2017, and the years, I forget which year. and then the logo of each movie. And I posted that shit. 175,000 likes.
Wow.
I'm like,
Damn.
why do I work hard when I can make a collage
Wait.
and get
You gotta
this?
turn your brightness down, I think.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Go closer to the camera.
Come
Wait.
closer, my child.
Oh, do it.
Damn, it's not focusing for some reason.
It's a collage.
I know which one you're
Yeah.
talking
Wait,
about.
send it to me. I'll show it.
Yeah, dude. Like I
Yeah.
make a hold on. I make a
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I make a 5-minute
see it.
shitty ass meme, and guess what? Almost at 20,000 views, baby. I'm chilling.
God damn it.
Oh, so it's a shitty meme?
And like,
Huh? No, Mark, it was a good meme, man. I really enjoyed it.
Nah, it's a shitty meme, bro. That's great.
Yo, but man, yo, I'll fuck with y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. Eunice, always a pleasure with you, man. Spider Monkey, dude, like, thanks so much for coming on. Like,
Appreciate it, man.
we
Anytime.
really appreciate y'all. Like, this has been like a lot. I completely like. I just looked at the time.
time
I'm
is
like,
it?
holy
Oh
shit!
my
and
god,
I
it's
just like,
11 o'clock. Okay.
Holy shit.
and I completely
time is-
forgot we were just like.
Oh, he said it's 11 a.m.
Right.
He said it's
Right, it's
11
like-
a.m. over
No,
here.
no,
Good morning.
It's 6:17 a.m.
Wow.
Good morning,
morning.
boys.
Holy
Good
shit.
morning.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, thank
no,
you again
like
for waking up so early to be on this.
It's all good.
Appreciate that.
Nah, I wasn't that like at first I was like, damn, I feel so bad. But then he's like, yeah, I'm playing COD. I was like, I don't care, I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
in the
I'm playing
morning?
COD, yeah.
But
How
yo,
you
like,
leave
That's
the
how it
gulag
goes.
at 5 a.m.
Oh, before hopping on
always
here,
people trying
there
to
were
get the
10
gulag.
different times I got absolutely shat on in the gulag.
in the gulag.
So
He got shot
so
on in the gulag, dude.
bad.
And
Like,
his bathroom's
man,
there.
I am trying to be cool. I'll throw a grenade here or I'll throw a flashbang there for the misdirect, and that dude will just boom, one shot.
Do you
Those
have
low-key
crossplay
Mark.
on?
Sometimes on
Oh,
and
no.
off, it's the same result in the gulag.
Oh, all right, all right.
I get
Mark,
shit on.
Mark can't relate. Mark can't relate at all.
Oh.
Everything that you're saying.
Oh, the Gulag King?
Gulag, you do not want to 1v1 him.
He's doing the
apparently.
anime character laugh that you see him laughing from behind.
Oh shit! Oh shit! You know what kind of guy I turn into the Gulag? I'm just like, okay, hide behind the showers. But when it comes, my aim is just this direction.
You know what you should do? You
Yeah,
should
it's-
spray paint some soldiers
Yeah,
on the
back
no.
wall.
As a
I tried everything. Now my one technique is hide by the shower, aim for that entrance. Yallah, make him walk down here so I can one tap this dude, and he walks down. One tap, that's it. When I start running around, that's
Yo.
basically putting a target on my back. It's
Yo,
like,
my
Gunzo.
thing, bro. Like, I'ma just hide out, and if
Yeah.
people criticize, I'll be like, "How many times you die?" Oh, okay,
Yeah.
stupid.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I remember you playing.
Yeah.
I remember watching you playing Fortnite. You were just sitting in a building.
Oh
dude.
my god.
Dude, Fortnite was out the games I won with Josh and like Dalton Barrett. Even Eunice at one point was
Dude,
final circle. There are bushes. Sit down. Crouch. Stay in the bush. Bush camp.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Oh
bush camp.
my
Someone's
God.
running. One tab. Sit back down.
It's like,
no one's.
do you want to be a hero or do you want to win? Like,
Yeah, like, I want
I want to
to
fucking win.
I wanna
I'm
win.
hiding. I don't care.
So-
Whatever it takes.
So
Spider
Jiggle
Monkey should
won't-
join our video game
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes for
Whatever
that
comes out.
Victory Royale story on my Instagram and my Snapchat. I will camp the fuck out just to post that and be like, hey,
Yo, but
dub for the day.
shout out Jason Momoa's Aquaman because he is now in Fortnite. So
I haven't opened it because I know I'll be tempted to buy that shit, and I don't.
there you
I
go.
don't.
It's just a skin, right? Like it doesn't
Yeah, I
add
think
any
so.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
It's not like you command the seas with
Yeah.
with the fucking.
Wait, so you
Skin.
can still
I
you
hear
can
you
still
talk to
dress up
fish.
as Thanos?
You can
No,
talk
no.
to fish.
No, Thanos is gone.
Oh, I thought that was like a skin too.
Nah,
No,
it
it's
was
not.
before.
Wait,
Right,
was
wasn't it?
in?
Gone?
Previously, yeah, like when Infinity War was like popping and like
What?
Endgame.
I'm
Oh,
almost done.
Oh,
Not yet.
It's Eunice's bedtime.
Said I'm almost
I'm
done.
almost done.
I'm almost done.
Did
I
you
will
forget who
come
graduated
and
today?
party up with my graduation squad.
Well, That means we gotta
My
go.
little brother said he
y'all.
doesn't hear me talking to anybody. He said, "I don't hear you talking." And shut up.
So now he's gonna
Shut
yell.
up.
He's gonna
Shut
yell the
up.
rest of the podcast. He's like, yeah. So remember that fucking what time? And his brother's gonna be like,
Pop it out of his neck.
yeah. His brother's gonna be like, yo, you mad loud? Can you quiet it down? I'm trying to watch something.
I thought you ain't hear me.
Yeah. But yeah, let's wrap things up because he got a curfew. He graduated, but he got a curfew still.
I don't have a curfew. We can continue.
That's
It's okay if you have a curfew, bro.
It's okay in this
all
bedtime.
right, man. Don't worry.
Shut
About
the
it.
fuck
Don't worry about it.
Listen,
No, it's okay. It's bedtime.
Yeah, he's like, "Ugh,
wait.
I don't have a
I
bedtime.
didn't start
So,
raging.
questions for Spider Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider Monkey, is there any movie poster that you said that you've looked at and gone, what the fuck are they doing there? Like, for example, the Far From Home posters, shit, all of them, fucking doo doo.
Doo doo.
I think it was Far From Home.
Homecoming.
No,
Homecoming
Homecoming was kind of. It was.
There was
kind
only
of
one
better.
that looked cool, but everything else was like,
Yeah. But Far From Home, I think, was recently, like when I saw that, and on top of that, they were holding like this contest of like, we will use your art or this fan-made poster in the promotion of this movie.
Mhm.
And
I remember that.
yeah, and we were all posting, and I saw so many artists make so much good shit, and then Sony releases this bland ass, no salt, no pepper.
Oh.
He
Poster.
said, "Where's the flavor?
we
Where's the
There's no-
seasoning?"
No season, no spice. It's bland. It's cooked in water. It was
No
cooked
adobo
in
in
water.
that shit.
That was it. There's no oil, no butter, no
curry,
garlic.
nothing.
Did you
nothing.
see
Nothing.
Did you see that Zack Snyder was having? Didn't he have one for like?
Yeah, did you submit
The
one?
Snyder cut, right?
Yeah, the Snyder.
No, I'm working on it, but it's Talent House, so I don't trust it because it's like a very, like, I experienced a lot from the last contest. That site is kind of dodgy, or at least I felt it. So I might do it, but I'll. Last time it was you cannot post this anywhere. You can only post this on Talent House, and if you post this on your Instagram, you're gonna get kicked out of the competition. But then people posted it and they won. So it's like the winners actually posted theirs on Instagram, and because of the uproar
them out.
and
Was there
repost, that's the reason they won.
Yo, just DM him it on Vero. Like, yo, here's my
Be like,
submission,
yo.
bro. I don't trust that sketchy ass
Like, here it
website.
is.
Exactly.
This shit is
Here it
good
is,
enough
Zach.
that you don't.
Hey,
I don't have
hey,
to do
Zach,
that shit.
I know you don't like the company, pulling the strings and everything. I'm doing the same thing. Here's the
I'm doing the
Here's
same
that-
thing.
Yeah.
Here's my
No.
director's cut poster.
This is the Spider Monkey cut. Thank you.
Wait, so
Same page.
y'all
Let's
down
go.
with giving everybody the director's cut of this pod? Then?
Let's
Yeah,
go.
you got her. You got
Same
it.
movement. Hopefully, I'll have like this enormous army backing me up. That'll be nice.
Nah, you
Yeah,
got
bro.
us, fam. You got the
You got
Zach
us.
Vengers. You got the Zach
Yeah,
Vengers.
we the Zach Vengers, bro.
And
I'm
I
back
would
to
have
love.
the Zach Avengers are so good.
Yeah, dude. Like we back Eunice. Like I don't know who I gotta press on the CW. I don't know who I gotta press at Warner Brothers for you now. I got so
Costume
many people I
designer.
gotta press. I got so he said the costume designer. That's OD. OD. So yeah, I gotta make some connections at WB and be like, yo, you see this dude Eunice? Yeah, boom, your new CW correspondent. Oh, Spider Monkey? Oh, he's making the posters for Justice League. All right, end of discussion. This is not a negotiation. This is what's happening.
Pay them whatever they
happening.
want. Pay them whatever.
Yo, they go look at me and be like, who the fuck is this? How do you get in the building? Security.
Diplomat, my guy.
What is
What's
this?
good?
I'm like,
Spider Monkey? What? Get out of here.
I'll be like, nah. But wait till I spell it. Then you go. Wait till I spell it
Wait
out.
till I
There's Roman
spell it.
numerals in it.
That's where the spice is.
Bro,
They're gonna say,
Roman numerals,
man,
the
legally, we can't do this.
Legally.
I'm like, I don't
Legally.
care about all that legal bullshit. Just do it. Just do it.
Shia LaBeouf it.
Yeah. There
Exactly.
you go.
So do you think that movie posters have gotten worse or better than before, or should they take a completely new approach to how they present this kind of art? Because movie posters used to be the original commercials.
Yeah. Movie posters have like they've significantly gone down because of it's the new formula now. Yo, this poster is like everyone's, copying the homework.
Yeah.
Yo, that
Not
Thor
exactly.
Ragnarok and Infinity
Yeah.
War, where they're both of the people in the middle.
Yeah,
are
they're
like,
both. They're
Like,
And
centered.
Guardians of the
Oh,
Galaxy.
almost.
And Guardians of the
Like
Galaxy.
Yeah, and
Those
Star
are-
Wars.
what?
Like
Star
let
Wars.
me compare. Let me compare. So
It's like they're all
Indiana
connected by
Jones.
something. It's weird.
yeah, Indiana Jones. Those posters were unique. Every movie poster was unique, and it had like elements of the story. And then when you come to the new Marvel movies, yes, there are elements of the story, but it's more, hey, these are the characters, these are the colors, this is the title. That's it. And when you look at like older, like Star Wars, take Star Wars, you take Indiana Jones and stuff like that, Blade Runner, there was a message in of it. Like you take a book, right? You see the book cover. Not every book cover is the same
Exactly.
because originality, it has to stand out. It's the
Yep.
same thing with movie posters.
Yep.
If they're all looking the same, like
There's no originality.
like Far From Home, yes, it was going different. Not every character was there, but just three. But it was shit. I'm sorry. It was.
Yeah.
Why do you need
It was
three in a
bad.
Spider-Man poster? Like that should just be him swinging, doing some shit.
Yeah.
I feel like the third one now. that he
I don't know
finally-
how. I don't know how you can ruin or fuck up a Spider-Man poster.
I mean, luckily we know somebody who's good at this shit. I know what his
No.
name is.
Boss Logic. Yes.
Spdrmnkyxiii.
Yeah, Boss
Spdrrrrr
Logic.
boss logic.
Yeah.
Boss logic.
Boss Logic, the OG. Like,
It's like boss logic.
let me just say, Boss Logic's endgame stuff was better. In
I
my
have the
opinion, was
poster
better. Yeah. Boss Logic's endgame stuff was way better than the official posters released.
Yeah.
Like he made some
Well,
good shit.
yeah. Nah.
And even the Far From Home ones, like the Far From Home, like if you say like it's the Mysterio poster
Mm.
for Far From Home, where it's Mysterio, but his head's like a globe and it has the
That was
tracking,
Oh,
sick.
the
yes.
flight tracking of the Far From Home stuff. So
Yep.
much effort and thought goes into that poster, and then Sony releases doo doo.
Doo-doo.
Dude,
But yo, I feel like that, like, for some reason I feel it's gonna change.
Hopefully,
I think they're gonna start like taking that
think-
route that you're saying, like,
Yeah.
like these digital artists, like these are creative as shit. Like maybe we should
Yeah.
start using
talking
it
to
for
them.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Like one of those is like so Steve Reeves Art is his Instagram. He actually makes posters for Hollywood. He made the poster for Aquaman, which was a very standout and different poster.
That's
I
was
think
him
he
holding-
did.
Was it
what?
holding the trident?
Yeah, it's the one him holding the trident in the wall.
Yeah. Where you just see
He-
the hand and the trident? Yeah.
Yeah, he did the Logan poster where he's running like Logan's running with X-23, and it's that
Mm.
he
That's
did
That's
that
great.
one.
Yeah, that's great. That
He
was a good one.
yeah, he did an unused. It was unused, but you can go and see it. I think it's on his page, where it's like a dirt road, center Wolverine, on the left X-23, on the right Charles Xavier in the wheelchair, and the sun's in the back, and their shadows create the Wolverine claws.
Oh,
That's creative. That's
that's
creative
tough.
shit, and that was unused. That was so good, and it was unused.
I wonder why. I wonder what's like the thought process that goes into this. Like, yeah,
old,
like
old out of touch people. That's what it is.
Yeah.
honestly, maybe, yeah, because it's like you see some fan made posters and not even fan made, but like digital artists, where it's just like, this is fucking fire. This is creative.
Yeah.
It's in tone with what the movie is gonna be about. And it
Yep.
gets you excited. It's just like, yeah, like now I can't wait to watch this shit. Like that's what I'm saying. Like again, back to that one Justice League poster that you recently posted.
Yeah.
Like I saw it and I'm just like, I can't fucking wait for this movie.
Yeah.
Like I just really can't wait for it.
Yeah,
So
he also did Moonlight. He did, okay, so I think I found
The Moonlight poster was really good.
yeah, I like it too.
did do
made the-
it.
Okay, this is the Logan one.
Oh my God. He
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's
is-
wild.
Yeah,
Wow,
that
send us
and
that.
I'll send you the. Okay, so that
He
and
did the official Moonlight. Yeah, I just saw it.
That needs
Yeah,
a
he-
rewatch. I haven't watched that in a minute.
I think he did Dunkirk. Okay, so I think this was He did one for Alien. I don't know if it's used or not, but it was for a game or
That's
something.
tough.
Oh, that is
Like the
sick,
blood
dude.
makes the xenomorph alien.
Yeah, that's fire.
Like this dude is mad creative, and he like Aquaman was I think my favorite posters were from Aquaman because they were so clean.
They were so good. The
They
Aquaman.
were so clean, and he did those.
That's
Let me
dope,
send
man.
it to you.
Well, a poster
Okay.
that's recently stood out to me was the one for The Five Bloods, the Spike Lee film that recently came out.
Uh-huh.
Because
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Spike Lee actually featured the artist slash activist Emery Douglas, who
Oh.
did artwork for the Black Panthers back in the day.
Oh wow.
Ah,
So if you guys check out, I'll put it up on the screen.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Is it this one?
Oh wow.
All that? Yup, that's all him. That's all
Oh.
him. The five.
oh, dude, this is so good.
Fucking
Yeah.
idiot.
Oh
I didn't know he did that one. So he did
The
that
Aquaman one is
Yeah.
my favorite.
That's
One of my
dope.
favorite posters.
That's
Yeah,
fucking tough.
Aquaman's is because it explains everything. That trident coming out of the water,
Exactly. You get
the thing-
everything. Yeah.
you get everything in a very poetic poster.
Oh,
You
so
don't
shout
need
out.
to add characters to this.
So shout out to you, Steve. Steve Reeves art.
Yeah, he's
Shit is
dude,
dope.
He's phenomenal. He's phenomenal.
Yeah. You
Like,
guys
it's
should. You guys
so
should.
you guys should
You guys should check out The Five Bloods for real on Netflix. Is there anything that you've been
can't wait.
watching recently, Spider Monkey, that you want to put any of us onto or give your insight on?
The Flash season
Watchmen
6 on Netflix.
preferably.
13 Reasons Why.
Watchmen.
No, I'm gonna get to Watchmen. I'm gonna watch Watchmen now because I didn't get to it because I was busy with work. I binged Defending Jacob, which is a very odd take for me. It's a Chris Evans show.
Oh, on
Oh,
Apple
on
TV.
Apple
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
see that. Is it good? I heard Chris Evans is insane at that.
He carries the show. He honestly carries the show because have any of y'all seen Broadchurch or the American Broadchurch?
I've heard of Broadchurch though. My parents love it.
Yeah, so Broadchurch is very good. It was so good. It's like amazing. It set the tone, the music, everything was brand new for a detective show. This is the same beat, but from a different kind of perspective.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, in that you're following the detective. Here, you're again defending Jacob. The parents are defending their son for whatever happened.
Yeah.
And it's very good. And there's very on the like self-aware. There's a scene where he's waking up his son and Iron Man's music, AC/DC plays. So it's like very up to date on the references.
That's
and
cool.
shit. So it was good.
Dope.
He even says, "I have to protect my son, whatever it takes." And I was like, "Oh yes, Alexa, play the Avengers theme right now."
Whatever.
Awesome
takes.
theme. Awesome theme.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all. All right, let's yo.
Wanna
This
wrap
This
is
is like a 3-hour pod.
Yo, this was fucking
Oh, wow.
amazing. I'm at a loss for
Dope.
words. I'm just like, yo, like we literally like anything that came to mind, we were just like, all right, fuck it. Like
Throw it
Yeah,
out there.
freestyle.
we chilling,
Yo,
bro.
and
We
chilling.
chilling.
He was nervous because he was like, "Damn, you're gonna leave me alone." And I'm like, "Bro, don't worry. Do not worry. This is
Yo,
about to
we
be the like
chilling.
you guys are
Bro,
about
yeah,
to."
one time, that's the thing. Put the faces to the names.
Right, yeah.
It's better. Before that, it's all anxiety, man.
Nah, of
So
course.
you're-
it was.
you're
When you
cool now?
When you realize
Yeah, I'm
that
good.
Ozymandias is just some Dominican dude.
It's just the Dominican
It's all better,
dude.
right?
Zoom is just some Puerto Rican wearing some glasses and white headphones.
Magneto's Brazilian, and so is
Oh,
Tom Prince,
Jesus.
the Joker.
Yeah.
And
I
Reverse Flash apparently is from Yemen.
Reverse
So it's lit.
Flash.
Oh,
Yeah.
before we wrap up, choose a villain name.
Oh
So
yeah.
that you want to be who is your villain as your champion in this conversation?
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no. This
He's,
is-
oh no.
And it could be from any pop culture. It doesn't have to
It
be
could
Marvel
be
or DC or
anything.
Star
It could
Wars.
be-
Anything. It could be Hannibal Lecter.
Yo, why do you keep saying that? That is nasty. That is
Yo, shout out
Shout
my
out
guy
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. Yeah,
Oh,
Sir Anthony Hopkins. Sir Anthony Hopkins.
sir. Excuse me.
Okay, I want to hear this.
I don't even know. There are so many villain names popping in my head, but I think
Allah.
Allah. Ya Allah help
Allah's
me.
not a
Okay, so
villain,
No, I know. I'm just saying.
I think I'll just fall in with, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. Let's go with that. Carnage or Venom?
Okay.
All right, I'll take it.
Or
There you go.
What do you mean or? So that if you're gonna
Which
choose
one?
anti-venom, then if you're gonna be both.
Oh, actually, go for anti-venom. Let's go.
Yeah.
Even though he's anti-venom.
Nice. So my man, Aitsum, or how do you actually pronounce it?
Etasam.
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 Es lo mío
Etasam.
personal.
Yo,
Eunice, you got that?
you got that, Eunice? You need it more than us.
Hey, want me to tutor you in Arabic? Kidding. I don't know that much. I just know I know my name and what to put on my sandwich.
Oh, there you go.
So at the sum,
Yeah. Oh, that was actually good. That was good.
really good, actually. Wow.
would you like to let the audience know where they can follow you at and what you got going on, please?
Have nothing going on. I just make art. There's no plan, no nothing.
So humble. So humble.
Yeah, just like, hey, what comes to my head, I'm gonna put it down and post about it.
You already
And
signed a
if I-
deal. Just say you signed a deal.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter, which is Spdrmnkyxiii, SPDRMNKY XXIII. That's it.
Don't forget it.
Don't forget.
People will forget it because
My man,
this long
anytime you
overdue.
want anytime you want to come on, just slide in our
Yo.
DMs, be like, yo, I'm trying to pod.
Yeah,
And we'll be
yeah,
like,
I'm
sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Anytime. Just let me know. I'll
Yeah.
be.
And Eunice, you already know you're always welcome.
Yeah,
whatever.
6-man, Lamar,
Whatever.
head ass.
Mr. Graduate over here.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, arrest the fucking cops that murdered Breonna Taylor.
Yes, sir. Black Lives Matter.
Hey, look at
Let's
that.
go. Let's go.